Oh, the PVO.
Are we supposed to go up there?
Now he said that we have time to kill because they're doing the CQC stuff. But I imagine if you
We want
want to
listen,
watch it.
So if we do want to listen, we can go up. It's not forbidden.
No, we're allowed to go
That's
up.
one way to find out.
Yeah, you gotta lock it down when you're up there, though.
Myself.
Negative first
Negative
sergeant.
first sergeant.
Negative first sergeant.
All right, outstanding. Sergeant Shaw, let's get him going.
Right way top. Follow me, guys. Alright, I need 2 volunteers for team leader here. Roger. One more.
Sergeant, did you jump up?
Private Jensen or Private Jenkins can be team leader.
Did anybody jump up in here?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Alright.
Guys. Next up, I'm going to be.
I asked Top. He said we were allowed to observe the CQC training, so.
And just to confirm, we have not been given billets, right?
No, not yet.
Gotcha.
No sergeant.
Private Brewer will do it as well, sergeant.
Gotcha. And then left here, Private Rider. I'll give you the choice between Grenadier or Rifleman. Pick one. Grenadier, gotcha. Alright, here's the teams thus far. We have the films over there, and I'll dish them out to you guys in a moment here. But for right now, we have Private Ekholm, Private Goff, Private Rider. You guys are on one team, while we have Private Jenkins and Private Brewer on the other team. Alright?
Tuesday, sergeant. Roger that.
Alright.
Sergeant.
Follow me, guys.
Sergeant, am I Bravo or Alpha?
Rev Jenkins, you are Bravo.
Copy that.
Alright. Go ahead on in, further towards First Sergeant.
All right, gentlemen. So, first thing we're going to kind of talk about here a little bit. When we're going over MOUT, all right, who can tell me what MOUT means? I told you all what it meant yesterday. Can you tell me what MOUT stands for? I can stay here all day, gentlemen.
Private Elkin can tell you first sergeant.
Send it.
Stands for military operations.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Congratulations,
We're going to be
your
streaming
Google
and
Flu is strong.
participating in the OSUT class
Military
Alpha
operations
Day
on
4.
urban terrain.
This is the
All right.
final class.
So basically,
the new recruits
what
have to
that
take
means in
to
fucking
pass
plain English,
OSUT.
anytime we're operating in or around urban settings, we're falling into MOUT tactics.
It's going to be a little bit
Now,
of
I'm not
instruction,
going to go
followed by
into the
live
full fucking
FTX.
rigmarole of what MOUT is. We got further follow-on training and shit that gets into more detail. But one thing I want you guys to understand is MOUT, hands down, one of the most dangerous things that we do. One of the most difficult fucking things that we do. It's something that you will continue to train on your entire time in the unit. You will never be perfect at it. All right, as I told you guys yesterday, there is no such thing as perfection. It definitely holds true when it comes to urban operations. All right, the guys that train their entire lives on this one fucking specialty, and they still can't do it perfectly. Not possible. All right, so what we're going to go over here today, understand this is just the absolute bare bones basics. Okay, I don't have enough time to guys everything that I know on this subject. Don't have the time, unfortunately. So, when it comes to operating in an urban terrain, despite what some other experts may tell you, okay, I am a firm believer that there is no such thing as the wrong way to do something. In urban settings, and especially in CQC, no necessarily wrong way of doing something. With exception to doing something you're uncomfortable with. Meaning, if you're not comfortable pieing a door a certain way, then it's going to be incorrect, because it's going to be more dangerous, because you're going to end up fucking it up. Make mistakes when you're not comfortable doing something, alright? Now, that is the reason that I tell guys, get training from anywhere and everywhere you can. Okay? Don't take just what I teach you here as gospel. Read your own documentation, alright? Go through, watch some fucking videos on YouTube, so on. Take information from every source you possibly can. The more ways that you have to tackle a certain situation, the better off you're going to be. If you're only comfortable breaching a building one specific way, and you find yourself in a situation where you can't breach it that way, you're not going to be prepared. Does that make sense to everybody?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
All right. So, first thing we're going to talk about is movement in an urban environment. All right. When we're traveling through an urban environment, we're more often than not going to fall into a fire team file, like you see the gentleman here next to me. Just like with the file that we talked about on day one. All right. You got 4 guys, nice straight vertical file. The exception to this is that traditionally, rifleman will go up front, team leader will be number 2, grenadier 3, AR 4. So we pull the rifleman up from the rear, put him up front, drop the team lead back, swap the AR and the grenadier from a traditional file. Now again, that's traditionally. We're just like with any other formation, whoever the fuck's best for that job does that job. Okay, so if your AR is the best point man you got in an urban setting, put the fucking AR up front. It's not that big of a deal, right? Anybody have any questions on that?
Negative, First Sergeant.
Negative, First Sergeant.
Native Sergeant.
All right. Now, as we move through an urban environment, guys are going to look just like you see them here. That's why they're kind of set up like this. Point man's covering the front 180. Number 2's covering right off of his shoulder. 3's off of his shoulder. 4's off of his shoulder while traveling. Okay, if this formation were to stop, that last man's going to stop, spin around, cover the direct rear. While you're traveling, he's picking up a sector off the strong side just like anybody else. All right, he's not going to walk through the fucking town backwards. Wouldn't be fucking easy to do that. Don't try it. Okay, while they're traveling in a formation like this, should they get engaged right now, what's the first thing they should do?
Return fire, First Sergeant.
Congratulations, you're dead. They get engaged in this formation while traveling. What's the first thing they should do?
They should spread out, First Sergeant.
Congratulations, you're dead. They get engaged, moving in this formation. What's the first thing they should do?
Seek cover, First Sergeant.
Take cover. All right? The fundamentals, gentlemen. Seek cover first. Cover if is not available, go to concealment. Concealment is not available, put your dick in the dirt. Fundamentals. You get engaged, that is what you do. Right? As great fucking instructor once said, just because I add more shit to your plate doesn't change the fundamentals. Traveling in this formation, you get engaged. Your first reaction needs to be to move to cover. All right, is everybody clear on that?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative,
All right.
Sergeant.
Now, in the process of moving to cover, should you be capable of finding your target, then you can return fire while moving to cover to try and get his fucking head down, but your first thing needs to be to move to cover. If you do not feel that you can accurately find that target and put rounds on said target, just run to fucking cover. So, guys are traveling in this formation. Next thing I want you to pay attention to, look at their spacing. What do you guys think about their spacing? You think that's good? Think it's alright? Think they should spread it out a little bit more? What?
I think they should spread it out, First Sergeant.
Why is that?
The closer they stay together, the more likely they're gonna get engaged once they're all gonna get at the same time. Once they start getting engaged, just makes one big fuck off target.
Alright. Anybody else got any thoughts on that?
One good placed hand grenade would take them all out, First Sergeant.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes, no, maybe so. Gentlemen, you are individuals. You better learn how to have individual fucking thoughts. Nobody else has a thought on their spacing?
Negative, First Sergeant.
Negative, First Sergeant.
Question, First Sergeant. You are asking if they are traveling in an urban environment like this, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yes, they need more spacing, First Sergeant.
All right. I want you guys to think back to day one when we're talking about formations and spacing and specifically. Spacing's dictated by what? More so than anything else, spacing is dictated by what?
Terrain, First Sergeant.
Terrain, right? 100% correct. Spacing more so than anything else is dictated by your terrain. Okay, so if you're in large kind of open area, your spacing is going to what?
Spread out, First
Spread
Sergeant.
way out.
Spread, right? Your spacing is going to increase when you're in a big open area. General rule of thumb is you want to maintain visual contact, right? So that means if our environment is tight, then our spacing is going to what?
Tighten up.
Tighten up, okay? Why would we do that? Why would we want our spacing to decrease as our sectors basically decrease, or as our fucking environment decreases in size? Why would we want to do that? Anybody have any ideas on that?
Command
So
and
you
control, First Sergeant.
Command and control, maybe?
So you don't lose line of sight of your own team members, First Sergeant?
All right, don't lose line of sight.
Fields of fire become more limited, First Sergeant.
That's a good one. Fields of fire become more limited. What's more important is sectors of fire of the enemy become less predictable. What I mean by that is there's more threat sectors in an urban environment, right? Think about this. You're moving through a town. How many different areas do you have for the enemy to engage you from? Windows, doors, alleyways, balconies, second stories, third stories, rooftops, so on. A whole lot more sectors to cover than if you're just moving through an open field, right?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative,
First Sergeant?
All right. So that point man up front, he's covering direct forward, right? That's where he's always looking, is directly towards the fucking front. If he has to turn off the front, somebody's got to step out, or he's got to take a knee so somebody can look above him, whatever. Somebody's always got to be covering that direct front. Rest of the guys are going to be covering off of his side, either right or left, depending upon what cover they're up against. So if that point man's out front, and there's an alleyway direct 90 off of his right shoulder with a fucking machine gun sitting down it, and his number 2 is 5 meters back behind him, think he's going to have anybody there to protect him?
Negative, First Sergeant.
Negative, First Sergeant.
Nope. He's fucked. He's all on his own. Blows that spacing up. Okay, yes, it is more dangerous in the sense that, you know, you have threat of HE, even enfilading fire, so on and so forth. The more clumped up you are, the easier target it makes you. However, it's also the more difficult it is for something to engage you by surprise. It's less likely that something's going to be able to pop up in a window and get rounds off because your sectors are tighter together. Everybody's fucking basically fanned up, covering a full 180, real nice and tight, so no matter where something pops up, it can get engaged by multiple fucking weapon systems. All right, so that's why in an urban environment, you'll see us close up real tight like this and kind of move down almost like a fucking turtle or a hedgehog, if you will. There's fucking spines sticking out in a full 180, so if anything tries to pop up, it gets hit. All right, is that making sense to everybody?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative,
First
First
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
All right.
Affirmative, Sergeant.
As I said, you still have threat of, you know, grenades and shit like that. There's no such thing as doing it perfectly. Either you do it, you know, by closing everything up, you got the threat of HE and shit like that, you spread everybody out, you got the threat of guys being singled out. That's what I'm talking about, is there's no, you know, perfect way of doing something. No matter what you do, you're still in danger. So, you move down the streets just like what you see here. Now, I'll tell you this, in Arma, you're never going to be able to do it as smooth as what you can in real life, okay? Real life, We got, much better fine motor controls over our bodies. We can match pace, even if you got to do the whole fucking LAPD SWAT thing and hold on to each other's shoulders so you don't get lost like you're in goddamn kindergarten again. Whatever it may be, you're able to do it a hell of a lot easier in real life than what you ever can in Arma. So just keep that in mind. When you guys move down the street, you're going to end up with a couple meters in between each guy, despite your best efforts. It's gonna happen. It's alright. Don't fucking bust yourself in the balls too hard about it. Right. Now, as we're moving through an urban environment, our SOP, somebody tell me what SOP means.
Standard operating procedure for Sergeant.
Standard operating procedure. Alright, that means it's kind of our rule book, if you will. Our SOP dictates when moving through an urban environment that we do not clear every single building. Okay, there's two reasons for this. One, we ain't got the goddamn time. Okay, our maximum operations last 3 hours long. We ain't got time to clear every single building in some of the towns and villages that we go into. Two, we don't have the manpower. All right, in reality, a lot of the towns, a lot of the villages and stuff that we go into, in reality, you would be clearing those with a full company size element. We can't put our entire company on the server. It sucks. I wish we could, but we can't. So we operate with platoon-size elements. In reality, you would never clear these towns and stuff with a platoon-size element. You'd have a full company in there. So those two reasons primarily, we're not going to clear every single building generally. Okay, so again, our SOP, we don't clear every building. What we do is we will clear buildings that have known enemy combatants or suspected enemy combatants. What that means is if we're moving down the street and we see a motherfucker in a window and we engage and we don't know if we dropped him or not, guess what? We're going to be going in to clear that building. Or if we're moving down the street, see a fucker in a window
Hey,
and we
PK,
engage
thanks
him and we
for,
do
following,
drop
buddy.
him, we're still going to go in and clear that building. Because there's either a known threat in there or a suspected enemy threat. He may have buddies in there. We're going to push in. We're moving down the street and we hear gunshots from, 2-3 buildings down. We're going to push down there and clear that fucking building. It may not be the exact building that we go into, but it's somewhere in that general area. We could hear the gunshots. We're going to go in and clear the buildings in that area and find that shooter. All right, everybody kind of understanding that concept?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Okay. Now, there will be times where an exception is made to that SOP, where we will need to clear every building. Generally, if we're looking for, weapons caches or HVIs, something along that line, if we're searching for something, essentially, we will sometimes get the order down the pipe, hey, we need to clear every fucking building. Sucks, takes longer, none of us fucking necessarily like it, but sometimes that's what has to be done. In that situation, then yeah, we're going to push in, search every single building, so on and so forth. Now, one of the things that guys will often fuck up with this situation, all right, something I want you guys to fucking forever remember, especially in an urban environment, but really it applies to everything. You always combat the known threat first. Okay? Known threat. You always combat it first. You can't combat an unknown threat directly. Right? What I mean by that is combating an unknown threat means you're using cover. Right? You're moving along a wall, so you have cover to your left. That's essentially combating an unknown threat. Right? You're better preparing yourself for the potential threat of being, say, on your left side for these guys. That's what combating an unknown threat would look like. Combating a known threat, moving to cover from something currently engaging you, moving towards contact, so on and so forth. It's a known entity. That's why we will always combat the known threat first. So that means we're moving through an urban environment. Orders came down the pipe. Hey, we got to clear every single building. You hear gunshots 3 buildings down while you're in the middle of clearing a building. So you got 2 buildings between you and where you heard those gunshots. What are we going to do?
Move to the gunfire first, Sergeant.
Why are you moving to the gunfire? You've been told to clear every single building.
Because that is the first known actual threat.
There you go. Right, that's the known threat. Those uncleared buildings, those are unknown threats. You don't know if somebody's in there or not, but you know there's a motherfucker down the street shooting. And while he may not be engaging you, I can tell you now, he's not firing his rifle because he's fucking bored or saying, hey, here I am. He's engaging somebody. Down there and deal with that known threat. Now, if in the process of moving to that known threat, one of the buildings you go to skip, somebody starts engaging you from it, Boom. Now you got a more immediate threat. You got to deal with that first. All right. Everybody understanding the concept of dealing with a known threat versus an unknown threat?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
All right. Now, another real quick example I'm going to give you, just kind of drive this home a little bit. If we're moving down a street like this, like you see these gentlemen here, and we're moving along, you know, a walled compound or something like that, and say a machine gun down the street starts engaging towards us, think we'd be all right jumping that wall and getting on the other side of it, put the wall between us and the enemy?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Think so?
First Sergeant, I think you should probably get fire superiority before you jump that wall, so you don't expose yourself to the machine gun.
Okay. So now we're going back to that question I asked you earlier. You get engaged, what's the first thing you do?
Find cover,
Get
First
cover.
Sergeant.
Find cover. Not establish fire superiority, right? Let's get cover. Find, fix, flank, eliminate. Fix means you fix them in your position. That doesn't come first in the list. All right? So get to cover. Anybody tell me who usually loses a gunfight?
We are, First Sergeant.
Say again?
The
We.
We? No, generally we don't lose gunfights unless you do something stupid. Who usually loses a gunfight?
the person firing second, First Sergeant.
Right. Guy who shoots last. Usually the one that loses a gunfight, right? Whoever shoots first wins. That means if you're moving down a street like this and you get engaged, and then your response is to engage back, in my book, you've already lost that gunfight. You've been drawn into a gunfight that you don't want to be a part of because he got to shoot first. Jump over to the other side of the wall. Now, there is the potential, hey, what if there's a full fucking squad-sized element of foot mobiles on the other side of that wall? You could be jumping right into their front yard. Absolutely, you could be. However, when we're on this side of the wall, we don't know they're there. So that makes that a what?
Unknown threat.
Unknown threat. That makes the machine gun down the street actively fucking engaging us a what?
A known threat, First
A
Sergeant.
known threat. Which one do we combat first?
The
Down
known
there,
threat.
First Sergeant.
Known threat.
Known threat. Okay. Again, it's fairly simple, but you'd be amazed how many guys fuck that up. Right? They'll start getting engaged down the street. First thing they do is fucking drop to the ground and start returning fire. All you're doing is making the enemy's job easier for him. He's already engaged in your fucking position. Just because you're, 5 feet shorter now doesn't necessarily mean he can't shoot your ass. Get to cover first. Then we fall into our normal job. Find, fix, flank, eliminate. Right? We got any questions on any of that?
Negative, First Sergeant.
All right. So, real quickly, I'm going to go over with you guys kind of the 3 golden rules that I have for urban combat. All right, first one being, somebody tell me what your number one enemy is in an urban environment. What do you think would be your number one enemy? Say again, Jenkins?
Sergeant. The terrain, First Sergeant.
Rain? Okay. Anybody else got anything? What do you think's your number one enemy in an urban environment?
Time, First Sergeant.
Time? All right. That's not a bad one.
Blind spot, First Sergeant.
Blind spots? All right.
Corners, First Sergeant.
Corners? Another good one. Okay, so Jenkins, Ryder, and Elcom. You guys realize you basically just said the same thing but with different words?
Yes, First
Affirmative,
Sergeant.
First Sergeant.
Yes, First Sergeant.
Right? I refer to it as sight lines. Okay? But it all means the same thing. Right? And I'm going to get to what you said as well in terms of time. All right? But sight lines, right? That's my number one rule. Mind your sight lines. Because not only are our sight lines the number one thing that we fight in an urban environment, it's also the number one tool we have to use against the enemy. Right? Those work both fucking ways. Not only do you have to see him, but he's got to fucking see you to be able to engage. So that means get engaged, what do? We move to cover, right? We move to cover because that's the easiest way to combat a known threat. Move to cover. He can no longer engage you. So we break those sight lines immediately. Okay? Now, in terms of time is something that I do not want to be in your vernacular when it comes to urban combat. In the sense of, I don't
Day
want
4
you
is
to
the
feel
shit.
rushed. Okay, that's what people fuck up a lot. They feel rushed, they move too quickly, they move without thinking, and then they end up getting fucking hit.
Going through and watching
Time
Top
is
teach this
not
to
a
other people,
factor in this
I feel
situation.
is a better
Take as
takeaway
long
than
as
actually
needs to be taken to
experiencing
do
it,
that
'cause you've got so
job
many
properly.
nerves, you'd know day 4 is
Everybody
gonna be
clear on
tough.
that?
So
Affirmative, first sergeant.
Affirmative,
this is a
Excellent,
good
thank you.
this is
Alright.
a good touch up for me
So
personally.
again, rule number 1, sight lines. Pay attention to them. As you're moving down the street, you should constantly kind of back of your brain be working it. All right, if we
Although
get
I
engaged,
know you and
where
I
am
had a lot of
moving
fun with
to?
this, Gallagher.
Where's my next piece of cover? So on and so forth. Break those sight lines. Right? Now, when it comes to those sight lines, we get engaged, what's the first thing we favor?
Cover
Starts
for
with a
second.
C, ends with cover. There we go.
Cover.
All right, so cover. All right, we favor cover over what?
Concealment, first sergeant.
Concealment. Okay. What is there an overabundance of in an urban environment?
Cover, first sergeant.
Cover, right? There's a fuck ton of buildings. It's kind of our happy hunting ground, if you will. Cover's what we love. Buildings are cover. So what about smoke? Think we should use smoke in an urban environment?
Affirmative, first sergeant.
When should we use smoke, do you think?
When crossing an area where there could be unknown enemies, crossing streets, crossing alleyways, crossing open courtyards.
What do we call those, Jenkins? We went over it yesterday. Linear
Crossing, in a danger area.
linear danger area, right? LDAs.
Yeah.
Okay, streets, alleys, fucking doorways, whatever. Those are LDAs. However,
Oh yeah.
when we
the new
cross
map is
LDAs, we have security
amazing.
set up, right?
We did our Havoc
Right?
3-4 training.
went
on it
over this
yesterday.
yesterday.
First sergeant.
It was
So,
awesome.
Sergeant.
if we're crossing a street in an urban environment, we should have
The
some
trees
guys
are going to take some getting used
down
to
on
for
the
sure.
threat
but
end of the street, facing their rifles down that way, covering us while we cross. Correct? That's a proper LDA crossing, right?
Affirmative, first sergeant.
Affirmative, first
Affirmative,
sergeant.
first sergeant.
So if we go to cross that LDA and we deploy smoke before doing so, and we blind our covering element, kind of defeats the purpose of that covering element, right? You guys learned that yesterday on that bounding course, correct?
Affirmative, first sergeant.
Affirmative, first sergeant.
Okay, so you're not wrong in your thought process there, Jenkins, but I want to tweak it just a little bit. Okay, we're going to use smoke to cross LDAs. However, we're going to use smoke to cross active LDAs. An active LDA meaning an LDA that the enemy is actively engaging down. So a quick kind of example for you on how this would work out, or a situation in which this would. Say we have a vehicle fighting position down at the end of the street, and
Yeah.
he's dug in nice and tight.
yeah, Lambs did
He's
a number
engaging
on
down
us.
the street. However, the
yesterday.
only way we can maneuver and get a shot on that vehicle is from the opposite side of the street. We have to cross that street to circle around his side to be able to get a shot on him. We can't circle around and flank on our side because there's open terrain.
We had 2 BMPs roll up right
Boy,
on top
smoke.
of us, and
Nobody's going to be
completely
out there on the
overwhelmed
street holding
everybody.
security, right? You're not going to push a security element out there into machine gun fire against an armored vehicle that they can't fucking destroy. Here you're crossing. So we'll deploy smoke. Smoke out the LDA so he can't see. Cross, do our flank, run up there, shoot him in the ass. All right, you guys kind of understand that situation?
Affirmative, first sergeant.
Affirmative,
First sergeant.
first sergeant.
All right. So basically, when it comes to smokes, yes, we will use them in an urban environment, but we'll only use them in something like an LDA, something like an active LDA. We're actively being engaged down that LDA. We need to get across it. We need to get somebody out of it, so on. Then we'll use smokes. So, rule number 2, all right, wherever your head goes, your weapon goes. We have the great ability to kind of free look around, so on and so forth. But in urban environments, you got to understand your engagement times are lessened, right? Talk about that 3-second rush, right? I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. takes a person an average of 3 seconds to accurately engage a human-sized target. That's because of engagement distances. When you close those distances in, it takes less time. You're talking sub 2 seconds oftentimes to accurately engage someone with a rifle. And that's for someone that doesn't really have fuck all for training. So that means as you're scanning around, you have your rifle in front of your fucking
cool
face
about it,
up,
PK,
ready
is
to
that,
go. If you
all
don't
the
look off
voices
to your
are
right
actually
without your
handled
rifle in
inside
front of
of
you, you see a
TeamSpeak.
target. By the time you swing your head
And
back
there's a
and
mod
swing
for
your body
Arma
around,
that utilizes the
pretty much
TeamSpeak in
ready
such
to
a way
engage
that,
you.
like,
And
location,
you're just now starting your engagement
3D
clock.
location, you can hear it within the
So he's
TeamSpeak. And if
ahead of
someone's not near you,
Right, you
even
guys
though they're
understanding that?
talking in TeamSpeak, you
Affirmative,
won't be
first
able to hear them.
Affirmative,
First sergeant.
So it's really
Alright.
neat how they actually
Last
do
and
it.
final rule: move, ready to fight. All right, everybody understand what I'm talking about when I say combat pace? Having your weapon up.
Affirmative,
Affirmative,
first sergeant.
first sergeant.
Affirm, Sergeant.
All right. When we move through a high threat environment, that's how we're moving.
This is
We're
gonna
moving
get
at a combat
really
pace.
interesting
We're
as
moving with
soon
our
as they
weapon
finish
up,
the
ready to
CQC
engage.
training.
We have the fucking luxury of being able to do that as long as we want. Okay. In real life,
These guys have had
you
4
ain't
days of
holding
training,
even a fucking
so about
8-pound rifle
12
up there
hours of
all
training,
goddamn day,
or
ready
after
to rock
today
and
they'll
roll.
have a total of 12
Saw Gunner
hours.
sure as fuck ain't doing it.
And today is
Arma,
their
we
final
can,
FTX,
because
which is
we're all
going to put
fucking
them into
bulks.
the roles of team
So
leads and
use
fire
it.
teams.
Okay.
And,
Have your
see how
rifle
they
up there
react.
ready to fight
So
in a high
it'll be
threat
definitely worth
environment.
a
Now, what
watch.
do I mean by a high threat environment? What's a high threat versus a low threat? Okay. High threat environment essentially is any area that friendlies have not already moved through. So if we're at the rear for whatever reason, we've got friendlies up ahead of us clearing an area, and we're now moving through that area behind them, that would be a low threat environment. Friendlies have already cleared that area. We don't necessarily have up in combat pace ready to fucking engage. We have our weapons a little bit lower, still be able to engage, but not immediately. High threat environment, no friendlies move through there. It's basically the wild goddamn west. Have your weapon up, ready to go. Everybody understand that?
Affirmative, first sergeant.
Affirmative,
First
Sergeant.
sergeant.
All right. Now that we've gone over how we actually move through an urban environment, talk about how we actually clear buildings. How do we make entry into buildings, so on. All right. Now, we already talked about how we decide which buildings we go into, right? Everybody remembers that? What's our SOP in terms of going into buildings?
Known threats, first sergeant.
There we go. Known or suspected threats, right? You don't have to for sure know there's a guy in there. Could hear gunshots from that general area and go in and check it out, right? Everybody remember that?
Not yet. I was here for their.
Affirmative, first sergeant.
This is the first time I'm with this OSUT class. I was with OSUT class Bravo
All right, so when we go to
Thursday, and
or
somebody
basically
fucked
make
that
the
up,
decision that we're going to go into a building.
but it wasn't
First
as
thing that's going to
entertaining if you
happen,
do
you know,
the
team
top.
leader is going to say, hey, we got to go clear that building or whatever. Point man's going to be the first one to approach the threshold. Okay, you guys don't know what a threshold is? See that door right there to my right? Fucking threshold. If there was a window there, it's a fucking threshold. If it was the corner of a building, it's a threshold. Threshold is any point where you're going to depart cover. Okay, so if you're leaving cover, you're crossing a threshold. Think of every door, window, fucking end of wall, corner of building, whatever. Those are all thresholds. Before we cross any threshold, first thing you're going to do is pie it, right? Anybody know what I'm talking about when I say you're going to pie a threshold?
I do, first sergeant.
Who's I?
First sergeant.
Brewer, first sergeant.
All right. Brewer, what's it mean to pie a threshold?
Basically, you're aiming your weapon at the corner, or just past the corner, and coming around instead of just leaning out or jumping out of the corner so you can get shot, first sergeant.
Right. It's what we call committing to a corner. Don't generally want to commit to a corner. There are situations in which you will. We're not going to get into that, or especially overcommit to a corner. That's a really bad situation. But eyeing a threshold is essentially going to look like this. All right. If I'm up here, if I'm the point man, say, we're going to approach this building for entry. I'll lean out just like this. Everybody see my little red laser there?
Affirmative, first sergeant.
Affirmative,
First sergeant.
Sergeant.
All right. So I'm going to step out just like this and get a look into the building, structure, courtyard, whatever it is we're going into. The farther out away from the piece of cover you get, the tighter you can slice your pie. However, what's the problem with, say, being way out here? I get a great look into the room. I can slice a really tight angle. What's wrong with this?
You're in the middle of the street, first sergeant.
Right. In the middle of the goddamn street. Probably not a safe spot to be. Right. Use a little bit of common sense on this one, gentlemen. If I'm up here, I'm the point man. I'm gonna come out a few feet off the wall, and then make my turn in. Okay. Next thing I want you guys to check out. What do you notice in terms of where I am in relation to that threshold right now?
You're a few feet off of it, First Sergeant.
A few feet off of it. Okay. What about now?
Basically, right on top of it, Sergeant.
Yeah.
What's the problem with this?
Your barrel's showing around the end of the corner, First Sergeant. It's in the
Right.
line of sight for anyone who's inside of the building.
Right. Okay, this is what we call flagging cover. Okay, flagging meaning basically you're waving a fucking flag out there saying, hey, here I am. We're also over-penetrating the threshold. You don't want to over-penetrate. You don't want to flag. Okay? Flagging, yes, means two different things, right? Pointing a rifle at someone, that's flagging. Flagging a threshold or flagging a corner means you're exposing yourself from that cover. You don't want to do that. Set up a couple feet back off of the threshold, all right? I'm going to pie out, get a look into whatever it is I'm going into. Now, take a look at where I stopped. Notice you can draw a line from that threshold across my fucking boot. I'm not actually crossing that threshold into this area here. Anybody have any idea what this area is known as?
Negative, First Sergeant.
Negative, First Sergeant.
Negative, First Sergeant.
How about this? You guys ever heard the phrase fatal funnel before?
Roger, First Sergeant.
Negative,
First Sergeant.
You have any idea what fatal funnel means?
Negative, First Sergeant.
No? Nobody knows what it means?
Can't take a
Affirmative,
guess.
First Sergeant.
Alright, tell me what it is.
Private Elcom believes that you're standing in the spot where it's most dangerous. You can be shot from the most amount of angles.
Pretty much. Alright. It's called a fatal funnel because every bullet that's in there is about to funnel the fuck out here. Okay, if you look at this in reverse from the enemy's perspective, they have a much wider angle to engage from inside there out here. Right? They're farther off of that wall, so that means they get a tighter cut of that pie, right? So they got a better engagement angle from inside that room. So it's bigger on their side, tiny on our side. Looks like a goddamn funnel. Everything in there funnels out here. You spend as little time as humanly fucking possible inside the fatal funnel. And you never, I say again, never stop in the funnel. I don't care what the situation is, you do not stop in the funnel. So, I'm the point man. I'm the first guy to approach the entry point. I pie. I'll stop here at the threshold. However, that means I'm only getting a look on that left side of the room, right? Everybody agree with that? I'm only seeing the left side of the room?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, Sergeant.
Okay. What's one way that we could combat that? How could we get a look at the right side of the room?
Have someone on the other side, First Sergeant, doing the same thing.
There we go. Have somebody on the other side do what we call a cross stack or a cross, set up for a cross breach. That could work. Anybody else got any ideas? How can we get a look on the right-hand side of that room?
If you have different ways to look inside of the room itself, First Sergeant, like windows and so on.
All right. Make use of windows and maybe potentially secondary entry points and so on. That'd work too. What about this? What if I was the point man? What if I were pieing out here like this, and then I went across like this? You guys think that would be all right?
Yeah, we had some
As
rough
long as
times
you
with
didn't
this.
stop moving in the funnel, First Sergeant.
Okay, as long as I don't stop. What about the rest of you? You think it'd be all right for me to?
That was
go
one
all
of the
way
biggest
across like
takeaways
that?
for this was if you start wrong, stay wrong. Commit to being wrong.
Roger, First Sergeant. I think it wouldn't be
Affirmative,
ideal, but you could do it.
All right. So, let's think about it this way. How big is our entry point?
You should
About
3 feet.
Not
person
big.
size, First Sergeant.
About a meter, right? Three and a half, pushing 4 feet maybe.
Oh, even in the
Right, a
operations,
little over a meter.
and the FTX next weekend and everything
What
else.
if
I
we
mean,
were dealing with a walled compound that had
if you
2 large
panic
entry gates on it,
and
and now our
know you
entry
did
point
something wrong and
is
then try to
10 to
undo
12
it,
feet
it's
wide instead of
9
3?
times out of 10 you're going to be shot or killed.
The funnel,
That-
the funnel becomes too big. First Sergeant, you don't want to cross that. You're just gonna spend too much time there.
right? That's quite a bit of time to spend crossing that fucking funnel, right? So, what about a normal residential house?
Things are a little bit
Normal
different
residential
from
house is going to have a
you and I,
36
'cause you're a
inch
rifle team,
entry
aren't you,
door.
Gallagher?
That's right at 3 feet. Think that's going to be acceptable to cross?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Yeah, you can
More
get a,
acceptable, First Sergeant.
yeah, you can get across a 3-foot gap
Yeah,
pretty
okay,
damn
that's what I
quick,
thought.
right?
So we were doing mount,
12
but
foot,
as a
not so
weapons
much.
team.
3 foot, yeah, probably.
And so for
Okay.
us, I
So
mean,
what I'm
we have to
getting at
leave
here,
our
guys, is
240 and the assistants.
Can do
basically
a
on
full
the road.
cross or a full pie on an entry point. However, it's going to
yeah.
be dictated by the size of your entry point. You're dealing with normal residential
between
structure with only
Aries and
a 3-foot
Lambs,
wide entry
the
point.
AI is
You can get across that pretty quick. You're dealing with a
aggressive.
commercial entry
I mean, they know what they're
where
doing.
they're generally going to have dual
what I was
entry
saying is
doors
we
on
were
the front.
doing,
Now you're talking about a 6-foot gap.
Mount
Your
with,
fatal funnel has just doubled
240
in size.
Bravo and everything else, so
Probably
that
don't
required
want
us
to try and
completely
pull off
do
full
this
cross on that.
almost entirely
You're spending
differently. So
way
we
too
were
much time hanging out in that
clearing,
funnel.
basically.
Okay, so you need to actually pay attention to the size
is
of your entry
pretty
point.
difficult,
That making sense to
especially because
everybody?
most of us are only carrying
Affirmative,
M4s.
First Sergeant.
Yeah, First Sergeant.
All right. That's one of the things where it kind of comes with time.
And it's
especially
frowned
if you have
upon
a
to
good
throw
point man or
a
you're
Maz HE round into
kind
a
of lucky enough to have a
possibly
point man
civilian building.
who, like myself, has a background in construction.
frowned
You can
upon.
look at a
Pretty sure
building
it's a
and
war
learn
crime.
the layout of it and the size of it and so on from the exterior. Okay, I can look at a residential structure and know,
Who just
all right,
shot a gun?
I got a 36-inch entry door. I got 36-inch windows. I've got a 2-foot gap in between the entry and the window on each side, so on and so forth. I can look at the roof, the pitch of the roof, and know how the house is divided, whether it's divided horizontally or vertically. I know where that load-bearing wall is going right down the center of the building.
I would hate to
So
be the
on.
person who
You
just
can kind
fucking
of learn
ND'd that round
the
in,
look
inside
and
of the train.
or the layout and the size of your rooms and where they are and so on and so forth by looking at the exterior of the buildings. That's a little bit more advanced type shit that I wouldn't necessarily expect you guys to be able to do. But what you
Yeah.
can do when you're approaching an entry point on a building is find your handle side and your hinge side. That's important. A handle side and hinge side.
Thank
That's
God
going
it
to tell
wasn't
you
me.
which way
That's
the
all I
door is
can
going to
say.
open, either away from you, inwards, towards you, outwards, so on and so forth. You're going to know which way it's going to open. Generally, residential structures are going to open inwards. Okay, they're more inviting. They bring you inward. Commercial buildings are generally going to open outwards, more so for a fire safety thing. Okay, think about it. Most commercial structures you go into, they have pull doors when you go in, right? You have to pull the door open to go into the building, right? Everybody
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
kind of agree with that?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
You have any idea why those fucking doors are always pull doors and not push doors?
Yeah, for fire emergency exits, First Sergeant.
There you go. Fire emergency exit. When you got fucking 150 people stuck inside of a goddamn building and everybody goes hauling balls towards the exit to get out because there's a fire, think they stop to take the time to read and see if it says push or pull on the fucking handle? Hell no, they don't. They just ram into it. Most commercial buildings are going to have outward opening doors. Right. Somebody had a question. Send it.
That was for First Sergeant. Do you do high-low clearing here, First Sergeant?
Generally, no. Purely because of the fact that you don't have great control over your body and you end up fucking into each other and shit, and it becomes an issue.
Too easy, First Sergeant.
All right. Anybody else got any questions? All right.
Negative, First Sergeant.
Negative First Sergeant.
Negative, First Sergeant.
All right, so kind of rewind it back a little bit. I'm the point man. I approach our entry point, make a pie, get a look in there, drop back to my cover. When I drop
Exactly.
back to my cover, everybody else is going to stack up on me. I'm going to relay all relative information to the rest of my element. So, I'm going to tell them, hey, fucking room opens so-and-so. This, it's a central fed room, so we know we're going to have a cut on the left and right. But I can relay, we've got stairs center, we've got another, doorway on the right,
We had a
so
fire
on and so
drill
forth. I'm going to relay
a few
all that
years ago
relative
when I was still
information
in
back to
school.
my team, just
Yeah,
so they
I don't
know
remember which
what
one that
we're
was,
about
Gallagher,
to get
but
into.
when I was still
Once
in
I've
school,
relayed
we had
all relative
one
information,
classroom
now
in the building that
the
the
stack
door
leader, the
opened
number
inwards
2 guy in the
instead of
stack,
outward. And that exact
he's going to
thing
make the
happened.
call of
We
what
all
we're going to
pretty
do,
much piled
whether
up
we're going to
into
be
the door,
doing a normal
and the
breach
teacher had to,
or
like,
if we're going to use throwing
round us up.
munitions.
We were
Now, the
young,
point man can also make that call.
maybe second or third
Obviously,
grade.
point
but
man's the one looking into the
they
room.
made a
If
really
he sees
big
a
deal
shooter
about it,
in there,
and they
he
ended
can
up
drop
flipping
back
the
and say,
door
hey,
around.
we need a flash in there, whatever. If that's the case, if we're going to use throwing munitions, who do you think's going to throw the munitions in there?
Second man, First Sergeant.
Why is number 2 throwing it?
so that the point man can keep cover on the front.
Right. Point man's got to maintain security on the entry point, right? Make sure nobody fucking comes out that door while you guys are sitting out here fumble fucking around with grenades. So he's maintaining security. Number 2 is going to step out of the stack. He's going to basically pie the entry, somewhat the same as the point man did. He'll chuck the grenade in, drop back into cover. Once that grenade detonates, that's your go code. As soon as that thing detonates, everybody's going in. Okay. Now, let's think about it if we're not using thrown munitions. Okay, I'm the point man, pie it, drop back, relay relative information. Now we're going to call our sets. So I'll call 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, last man set. Once last man calls set, now number 2 is going to say breach. What do you guys think is going to happen when number 2 says breach?
One man's going to go in
Everybody's
for
gonna
turn.
take yes, yeah.
What about 3 and 4?
They're gonna follow in for sergeant.
Think they're going to be right there, Johnny, on the spot with everybody?
Negative for sergeant.
Negative for sergeant.
If he were to say breach and we were to just go, what's the problem with that?
Not leading any cordon security for sergeant.
Nope.
You don't know direction that first guy headed?
You guys ever heard the phrase too in fast, make them hesitate?
Negative for
No?
sergeant.
Nobody's heard that
Negative for
before?
Negative.
One of those little
Negative,
gems
yeah.
that we use in CQC. All right, too in fast, make them hesitate. Basically, put more targets in front of the enemy than he can accurately engage. Okay. Remember, we don't fight fair. Okay, if there's a single shooter in there with a rifle, I want fucking 3 of my buddies coming in that room with me. If I'm the point man, I'm the most likely to get hit, but one of my buddies is gonna fucking smoke him too. So, that number 2 says breach, and I immediately go. Myself and 2 are gonna be in there quick as fuck. However, while we're sitting out here, this formation is stopped, correct? Everybody agree on that?
Affirmative for
While we're
sergeant.
stacked up out here, this formation stopped. What happens,
Affirmative.
especially to number 4, when this formation is stopped?
He's covering the rear for time.
Cover in the direct rear, right? So if he says breach and I immediately go, 1 and 2, we're fucking gone. 3 might be able to pick it up kind of quickly. What about 4? He's got to spin all the way the fuck around, stand up, and then get moving. You think he's going to be in there in a timely manner?
Negative for sergeant.
For sergeant.
Nope. He's going to be dicking the dog outside. So,
Dick and the dog.
we get set up. Call our sets, 1 set, 2 set,
That's a
you
new
know,
one.
so on
I
and so
haven't
forth.
heard that
Last
one
man
before.
set. Number 2 is going to say breach. That is not the fucking go code. Number 2 saying breach. Basically, just going to be a verbal signal to 3 and 4 to drop their security, turn front, and get ready to fucking rock and roll. Point man dictates the tempo. Point man will then say breaching. He'll pause. Say what direction he's going. Pause. And then he'll go. Now, those pauses are purely for a gameplay reason. Obviously, in reality, a lot of this shit you wouldn't go through. You wouldn't even say breaching. You just give the signal for it, and then you go. But gameplay reasons, we got to change shit up a little bit.
That's a new
So
one for me.
again,
I haven't heard that one yet.
Number 2 says breach. 3 and 4 drop security, turn
That's
forward.
definitely going to join the vernacular.
1 says breaching. Pause. Going right. Pause. And then go. Everybody understand that?
Affirmative for sergeant.
Affirmative for sergeant.
Affirmative for sergeant.
Affirmative, sergeant.
All right. Now, if I'm the point man, I look inside that room and on my expert opinion, because if I'm the point man, I better be the fucking expert in this situation. My expert opinion, I don't need all 4 shooters in that room. I'm going to drop back to the stack. I'm going to call short room. Just a verbal cue to everyone. I don't need everybody inside. Me and number 2 are the only ones going in. 3 and 4 are going to stay out here on security. So what's going to happen if I'm the point man and I say short room, I'm going to drop back, relay information, say short room, 1 set. What do you think number 2 is going to say?
2 set for sergeant.
2 set. Yeah.
Last
I
one.
said short
Last
room,
set.
1 and 2 are the only ones going in. If I say 1 set, 2 should say what?
Last set for sergeant.
Last man
Last
set.
man set.
Why is he saying last man set?
The last
He's
man
gonna be
going
the
in
last
for
man in the
sergeant.
room.
There you go. He's the last man
Yeah.
going into the room, right?
He hesitates too
So,
to make you
1 set,
question yourself.
Last man set, breaching going right, go. That quick, that simple. 3 and 4 are going to stay outside on security because the room's not big enough to justify a 4-man breach. Now, I will tell you, vast fucking majority of buildings that we end up clearing in Arma are not big enough to justify a 4-man breach. They're just not. Some of the buildings we're going to be dealing with on our new FTX map and our new training grounds, they are big enough to justify a 4-man breach. In my opinion, they're big enough to justify an entire fucking squad going into some of these buildings. So keep that in mind. When it comes to a building, if you're unsure if your 4-man team can fucking clear that building, just the 4 of you, stop, wait, maintain security, call for some backup, get somebody else over there to help you out. Okay? Anybody have any questions on anything so far?
Negative first turn.
Negative first sergeant.
Negative for second.
All right. What I want all of you guys to go ahead and step inside the room. You're going to go up against what's known as the far wall. That's the back wall of the room. You're going to go put your bags up against that and look out here towards the entry. Sometime today, princesses. Fucking Christ, I ain't going to give you a written invitation.
I'm so glad this isn't me, man. Who's doing another classified minutes?
If I'm the point man, I pie this. I get to look over into that fucking far left corner. What direction do you guys think I'm going to go when I make entry?
The opposite side for sergeant.
Who's doing
So you
another
think I'm going
class
to go to
guy?
that corner?
Negative for sergeant. The other one.
I'm going to go to the right?
Routed for sergeant.
Why would I go to the right?
Because you've already cleared this side of the room for sergeant.
Oh,
I
wow.
have?
Okay. Oh, it's just the RCT
Visually,
class.
that is.
Yeah, it's
There
not
we
OSUT.
go.
It's just recruit key bindings and shit.
Can't
Yeah,
clear
yeah,
a
yeah.
room without being in the room. Unless you do the whole Israeli fucking limited entry shit, but we don't get into that. Alright, so I'm gonna do what's known as a button hook. You
Talking to
guys talked
Sergeant
about that
Bird, and they
yesterday, right?
said they've
Dismounting
had
the
some
Chinooks.
months where they've had as
Ramp
many as
guys do a
300 or
button hook.
400
Same thing here.
recruits apply to join the
so
506th.
if I'm on
in a single
my
month.
right side of the entry point, I'm getting a look into the left side of the room. When I come in, I'm gonna say,
Yeah, it's
breaching,
crazy.
going right, and I'm gonna button hook around this corner. Now, at the end of the day, there's arguments to be made. Go just about any fucking direction
Sergeant
for
Shaw.
any reason. Generally, you want to go with path of least resistance. So that means if the door
Is it alright for me to go up there on that walkway and watch from above?
If the door is right here,
Yeah,
I'm gonna button
go for
hook and go
Copy.
right if I'm over on that side of the fucking entry point over there. Because I don't want to run into the door. I'm the first guy in the fucking room. I want the smoothest fucking entry I can possibly make because I'm the first guy that's gonna get targeted. Path of least resistance. If the door was over here on this side, if I open the door from out there and it opened in and away from me, meaning it's gonna put the door on this side of the fucking entry, I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go across. I don't want to run into that fucking door. That makes sense to everybody?
Affirmative for sergeant.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Okay. Again, path of least resistance, but at the end of the fucking day, point man does, you do everything you do based off the point man. Okay, as I said, point man is God in an urban environment. If he says go left, go left. If he says go right, go right. If he tells you to cover his right, even though you're supposed to be covering his left, do it.
I don't think there
care.
is an
Do
op tonight. I
whatever
think this
he
is the
says,
off week.
all right?
I think it's next week.
Point man
The
tells you to
it's in-
tickle his
it's
ass,
an
you better get to
FTX.
fucking tickling. Because there's a reason behind everything he's
I know
telling
there's
you
a couple
to
of
do.
trainings going
Do
on
not
at
question it, just
1600,
do what the
1700.
point man says. Even if he doesn't actually verbally say anything,
I think
what
it's
you do is going to
Havoc
be based
2.
off of his actions. So if the point man goes left and you're number 2, what direction are you going?
Right for sergeant.
Right. Okay. You're always going to go based off of his actions. All right. One of the things that was drilled into us: if you're wrong, stay wrong. I cannot stress that enough.
I have a
If
feeling
you
this is
went
going to
left
run wrong.
and you were
Run
supposed to
kind of
go
long
right,
though, because they
your
should have
ass
done
is
CQC
better
yesterday.
stay on the left-hand side of that fucking entry.
Day
Because
3,
you got
so
buddies
this will probably
piling in
run a little
behind
bit
you.
over.
If you're wrong, stay wrong. All right, is everybody clear on that?
Affirmative for sergeant.
Affirmative for
Affirmative
sergeant.
for sergeant.
All right. So I make entry as number 1 in this situation. So again, we'll say that I'm going to button hook around this corner on my entry wall. I come in, near corner, far corner, center of the room, back to the far corner. All the while I'm pushing down here to my point of dominance, the near corner. Okay. So again,
Yeah,
I
Topic
come
mentioned
in,
something about that when we started. He said
near
that
corner, far corner, center
something
of the
had
room,
happened or something
far
got delayed.
corner,
I'm not sure
hole.
exactly what it was.
All the way until I get down to my point of dominance, and I'm just holding on that far corner. Okay. So, first come in, first sector I'm going to hit is near corner. then far corner, then center of the room. It's what
Unfortunately,
we
they
call
were
a
doing
primary
this.
sweep.
They were doing day 3 during
Okay, that's
our
your just
training,
quick
so I
sweep
couldn't watch top
near
stream.
far center. That's where you're looking for any obvious targets. Secondary sweep is when you're going from center of the room to the far corner. That's where you're checking hides and shit like that. Now in Arma, we don't necessarily have all that much to worry about in terms of hides, especially in buildings. Right? It's not like in real life where you'll go in and they'll have couches and entertainment centers potentially, or fucking bars for the kitchen, whatever, all kinds of shit for people to hide behind. We don't really have that concern in Arma. Not inside of a building anyways. However, inside of a walled compound, you can. Okay, think about it. Walled compound is really just a really big fucking room, right? So if you go into a walled compound, you're still going through the same fundamentals, hitting your near far center. However, you could have a building with windows in it. You could have a vehicle sitting there with someone potentially hiding behind it, so on. That's where your secondary sweep comes in. So if you go into a walled compound, you got a 3-story building with a bunch of fucking windows on the face of it. Your secondary sweep, you're checking those windows, doors, fucking rooftop, so on, all the way back until you get to the far corner. All right,
Lots of
everybody
recruits
understand that
who,
one?
Can't follow
Affirmative,
directions
Sergeant.
apparently. Joining in,
Sergeant.
All right.
didn't set up their profiles properly.
Now, 2, he's doing the same thing on the opposite side. Right? He comes in, goes left, near far, center, far, hold.
I don't know if you guys can see
Now,
that
if I'm
popping
number
up in the
3,
lower left corner or not.
3 is always going to follow 1, right? Because 2 went the opposite. So if I'm 3, I'm going to come in and immediately button hook like this. Where do you think my first sector is going to be that I pick up?
Far corner for certain.
Far corner. Why not the near corner?
Because your buddy's right there.
Right. I don't want to fucking point my rifle at the side of my buddy's head. Okay? Even if, even if he were to potentially get down,
We have specialized
I'm not going
optics
to
for the
immediately point my
240
rifle
Bravo.
into that fucking corner.
It's the SU something.
So, come in.
We don't use the aim point and the magnifiers and stuff,
button
only
hook my
because
corner,
we're
Far
typically
corner, center of the room.
our
hold.
closest engagement is typically
Why am I holding on
400
the center
meters
of
at
the
a
room?
minimum. So we typically just stick
Because
to
the
the
one
ACOGs
guy is holding
with
the far corner for certain.
RMR mounted on
Right.
top.
1 and 2, they're holding the far corners, so that means 3 and 4 are going to hold the center of the room. I'm going to stop midway down the entry wall here. I'm not going to push all the way to the fucking near corner because I don't want to be stacked up right on top of my fucking buddy. We're going to spread it out across this entry wall. Okay. Basically, there's 3 types of walls in a room. Okay. You have your entry wall, your fucking long wall, and your far wall, which is where you guys are. Okay. Again, entry, long, far wall. That's your 3 wall types basically in a building. So if I tell you, hey, move along the long wall, we're talking about the walls on the outside edge of the fucking room that we're currently in that lead to the far wall. All right, everybody kind of understand that?
Affirmative for certain.
Affirmative for certain.
All right. So, 1 and 2 come in, near far, center far.
Yeah,
24
I'll be
come in,
interested
far,
to see
center,
if we
hold.
have a new standard loadout that's going to
Who do you
get
think is
issued or
going to
not.
determine are going to call the room clear?
With the trees, it definitely causes some issues. I think the RMR
First man
doesn't
for
give you
certain?
enough magnification.
Well, how
the
do
ACOG
I
is
over here
arguably
on
too
the
much.
right-hand side know that that left-hand side's clear? I'm not looking over there.
Everyone else is going to call when they're up.
You guys ever heard guys say before, left clear, right clear? You guys heard that before?
Affirmative.
I have
Affirmative
a
for certain.
Who do you think would call
fuck me.
that, right? If we're going to use that concept of calling individual sides clear, who determines if their side is clear?
Drawing a blank on what I.
The individual who clears it for sergeant.
Well, we got 2 individuals on each side. Who do you think, out of the 2 guys on each side, who do you guys think should be calling that side is clear?
3 and 4 men for certain.
3 and 4? 3 and 4 only cleared the far corner in the center of the room.
The first man in cleared every sector on that side of the room for certain.
There you go. Number 1 cleared near, far, and
Did
center.
he? I didn't see the
right?
new uniform. I don't know if it's been loaded in
Number
yet
2
or
did
not.
the same thing on the other side. So who do you think is going to be calling the sides clear?
1 and
First
2 man
to
for
each
certain.
side.
There you go, 1 and 2. It's what we call the corner guys. All right, corner guys have the most responsibility.
Oh,
At the end of the day,
I remember.
even in a 4-man
On my
breach,
AR, I have the
first 2 guys in the room, they do all the work.
EXPS2.
3 and 4 is just there as added security.
The holographic
They're not
sight.
actually really clearing anything. They're just extra rifles for the ending fight. 1 and 2, they're the ones that do all the clearing. So they're,
I missed
they're
that
the ones
stream.
that
I
will
wish
call the
I'd
side
seen it.
clear. So left clear, right clear, room clear. whoever calls their side clear last calls the room clear. So if 2 calls his side clear over there on the left, he says left clear, I say right clear over here on this side, I call the room clear. Can't call the room clear until both sides have been called clear. So you can't say left clear, room clear, and then fucking buddy over here on the right hasn't called clear yet. Don't work that way, right? So whoever calls the side clear last calls the room clear. Make sense?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, Sergeant.
All right. So let's, for example, say we're in a walled compound and we've got like a stack of cinder blocks or something in the center of that compound. Maybe fucking Durka was doing a goddamn upgrade on his house. He decided to have some fucking cinder blocks out front. I think somebody could probably hide behind those.
Of course,
First Sergeant.
Yeah, somebody could probably hide behind those. So
Gallagher, is this your first training on the new map today?
With those bricks sitting in the center?
We're back
No,
in
we can't,
Cham,
right?
I guess.
Somebody can fucking hide behind those things. We can't call that area clear. We don't know if there's some motherfucker sitting back there with a machine gun or something. So we now have to clear that hide. So we're going to call left clear, right clear, and then a call is going to come to push.
Got a couple
Right?
little
Some guys
pair
will
of
also
cankles
say
on
go
them, huh?
long. I don't like that
The new
call,
map is
right? At
awesome.
the end of the day, you're not fucking Ben Roethlisberger. You ain't fucking going long.
You'll have a good time
right?
with it. I don't know if this is true for everybody, but it was
now,
a
what that's gonna look
significant
like.
FPS improvement, and I don't
1
know
and
if
2
that
are
was
in those
mod
near
related
corners,
or if it's
right?
just map related.
Nobody leaves fucking
but
entry
it definitely
wall
makes a big,
until the
big
call
difference
comes to push.
as far as gameplay
I don't care
side
if you're
goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, what the fuck ever. Ain't nobody out here, right? This is goddamn no man's land. Somebody's out here, it's because they're getting shot and they're the enemy.
There's a town
Keep
just
your happy ass
east
on
of,
the entry wall until the order comes to push.
just east of the airbase.
Now, once the order comes
it's
to
called
push, so it'd be
Hitler's
left
Reed.
clear, right clear, push.
We had a joke going
What's
that
gonna
we were
happen?
going to
1
call
and
it
2 are
Cop
going to start
Eagle's
pushing
Nest.
down the long wall, right? That's these outside fucking walls here. 1 and 2 are going to start pushing down the long walls.
Yeah, that's
3
smart.
and 4 are going to push down the entry wall to the
I
near
had some
corner
odd
and
issues
follow
myself
them
that was
up
preventing me
the
from
long wall.
connecting.
Yes, the old fucking additive, bullets follow walls, so on and so forth. We've all fucking heard that shit before, so on and so forth. At the end of the day, it's fucking Arma, okay? It's not as easy to push online with each other as what it is in reality. In reality, a lot of us are taught to push online, so
Steven,
everybody
is it
just
the
pushes
same
directly
uniforms,
forward
just
from their
different
current
camo,
position.
or what?
That's something that I teach guys to do in UCS, but it takes a hell of a lot more skill and coordination than what most people have, especially right at the start. So you guys are going to push along the walls. The order comes to push. 1 and 2 start pushing down the long wall. 3 and 4 push down the entry wall. To
We
the
did
near
clear
corner,
some
follow
buildings,
them
and the
up
layouts
long
are
wall. 1
unique
and
to
2
say the best, or to say the least.
Kind of coordinate amongst themselves who's going to peek the backside of that fucking.
We've got some
hide,
gorgeous wallpaper.
Clear that hide. Once that hide is clear, then they can call the area clear. All right, makes sense.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
All right. Anybody have any questions on anything so far?
We had an open hallway. We had a
Negative,
long
First Sergeant.
hallway with an open stairwell, so
Negative,
all
First
of the
Sergeant.
hallway could be covered by the second
All right.
floor.
Let's step back outside the room here.
That's a good way to get fucked up real bad. So we're gonna have to practice on how to clear those kind of buildings.
All right. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna a couple of times practice make an entry on the central fed room. What we're gonna do, 4 of you are gonna set up on the wall. We're gonna go through it, the entire steps. All right. Fucking point man's gonna pie it, drop back, call the set.
If I can, yeah.
You'll make entry, so on. You're not gonna be using any throwing munitions or anything like that. We already talked about that. 2 steps out and throws the grenade in. When the grenade goes off, everybody goes. So, and real quickly, I know I did forget to point it out.
I
when
like
that
getting
number
as
2
much.
steps out and he says frag out or flash out. That's the cue for 3 and 4.
Yeah,
to drop the
I don't
fucking
even
security
know
and turn forward
about the
if they're
uniforms,
going
but
in.
I like
So
to
that
fill in as
flash
much
out
as
or
I
frag
can
out,
just to get additional
That's how
practice.
they know to
I
drop
don't.
their security. And we're generally going
I
to.
don't like feeling hesitant.
We don't want to use fucking frags in urban environments
So
as
the
best
more
we can.
I can get
But
used to how
you're
we
not
move
gonna
as a
be
unit,
using
the
any
better.
foreign munitions. You're just going to set up, pie it, drop back, call your sets. 2 will call breach. 1 will call breach in what direction he's going. And then you guys will go in, set up in your fucking points of
Thankfully,
dominance.
my team
All
lead,
your
Sergeant
sides
Line,
clear,
and I
then
get
the room
along really
clear.
well. We have a
All
good
right?
working
Everybody
relationship.
clear on
So
what you're about to do?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
thus far, we've been able to
All
communicate
right,
really
you
well.
get set up on that fucking wall. Right there.
All right, let's see these guys. How many times they have to restart it?
All right. Guys feel like you're in good positions?
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Affirmative, First
All
Sergeant.
right. Fucking wake up here, gentlemen. All right, Echo. let's go ahead and scooch it up just a little bit.
This is day 4,
Threshold
but
ain't gonna bite
they
you.
apparently were unable
There
to
we
finish
go. Now
CQC
you're
on day
facing like a big
3,
girl.
so Top is running them through
Close it
that
up, gentlemen.
first,
If he moved up, that means the
and
rest
then
of you
we'll
need to
proceed
fucking
into
move up.
day 4.
At the butt, make your buddy smile a little bit. All right. So from the top. So Echo's gonna pie it. We'll go from there. All right, Echo, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Left side looks clear.
I don't know why you were looking back there, Echo. They're all waiting on you.
Good, man, good.
I'll give you a hint. Are you set?
I gotta be honest with you, I'm enjoying watching recruits.
2 set.
Because it makes me feel like
3
I didn't
set.
do too bad.
4 set.
It's a little bit vindicating.
Correction. Last man set.
There we go.
Breach.
Breaching. Going left.
All right, bring it back.
Honestly, for a first breach, that wasn't bad. It was slow, and they got caught up on the walls a little bit, but it wasn't terrible. Oh, is that what it was? Okay, cool.
All right, Ryder and Brewer, what'd you guys fuck up?
Well, I didn't have my weapon in combat stance for certain.
Before that.
Said more than that for
We
certain?
didn't,
Before that.
we didn't call the direction we're
Nope.
heading.
Before that. Jenkins, what's supposed to happen when you say breach?
They're gonna turn and get ready to breach for Sergeant.
Ryder and Brewer, what did you guys not do when he said breach?
Turn for
Didn't
sergeant.
turn for sergeant.
Yeah,
There
I mean,
you go. You maintained
it's their
your
first
fucking
time doing it,
security.
so as soon
Okay.
as they kind of shake that
First
rust off
mistake
and
we're
they
gonna
let the
fix.
jitters
So
go,
let's
they'll
try
be
this again
squared
from the
up.
top. Echo, that means you get your rifle up and get ready to pie the fucking door.
Well, you know, and a lot of things too, especially in training and
Whenever
ops,
you're ready.
is,
Firing.
I guess I'll speak for myself.
Left looks clear. One
You
set.
kind of get adrenaline going. You know, you
Two
don't
set.
want to get shot. You don't want to see
2
anybody
set.
else get shot.
Last man set.
So you know, you
Breach.
tend to rush. Like you'll go,
Breaching,
all right, I'm
going
set,
left.
and you go to open the door, and you just fucking run in.
Going right.
Your team is nowhere near
Going
you,
left.
or at most you've got one other person with you, but he's a good, you know,
All right, bring it back.
5-10 meters behind you. So low is fast.
All right. Jenkins, why is Echo dead?
I do not know for Sergeant.
Remember that phrase I told you guys a little bit ago? Too in fast, make them hesitate. Think you were in there fast?
Negative for Sergeant.
Nope. Echo, why is it your fault that you're dead?
Wasn't a smooth entry for sergeant.
Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast.
Called breaching. What
Because I
happens
got
after
shot
you
for
call
sergeant.
breaching?
Appointment says breach for sergeant.
I just wanted to reduce my wind
When
drag
you
for
say
sergeant.
breaching, what happens immediately after you say breaching?
Pause for sergeant.
Pause. Okay, then what happens?
Tell the direction that you're going for sergeant.
Call the direction you're going, and then what happens?
Move in for sergeant.
What happens after you say breaching?
Pause for sergeant.
What happens after you say what direction you're going?
Pause for sergeant.
What did you not do?
I did not pause for sergeant.
Not. Means you left your buddy fucking hanging. He's sitting back there, fumble fucking around, going, oh shit, he's going. And then you're in the room for a full second by yourself. One of those fucking ARMA things we gotta work our way around. And how we do that is we throw that pause in there. That our buddy behind us has got time to kind of get his feet moving a little bit and kind of ready to go. And then he can be right there, Johnny on the spot with you. All right, let's try it one more time from the top.
Playing. Left looks clear. 1 set.
2 set.
3 set.
Last man set.
Breach.
Breaching. Going left.
Too slow. Do it again.
I don't hear anybody calling their fucking sides clear.
Oh.
So unless you guys
Right
magically
clear.
became mutes, go out there, try one more time from the top.
Playing. Left looks clear. 1 set.
2 set.
3 set.
Last man set.
Breach.
Breaching. Going left. Left clear.
Right clear. Room
Says he
clear.
Brewer, why is Jenkins dead?
He is not on the actual corner for Zern.
You ain't, baby. Get your ass in the corner.
Affirmative, First Sergeant.
Yeah, and
Alright.
your barrel
move
will hang
yourself
up in the
back outside.
doorway too. You got to be aware of all that.
All right, Echo, congratulations. You're no longer point man. Gosh, you are. Get your ass up there. Echo, pull yourself out here. All right, from the top.
Call it.
Your ass back against that wall. You just conducted a what?
Pie First Sergeant.
Which is a action, correct?
Affirm First Sergeant.
What do you do when you're doing an action?
Call it out First Sergeant.
So for anybody who's
Verbalize
in
it,
here
right? You
that
verbalize
does
the
not
action and then you
play
conduct the
ARMA
action.
or is not in the
Try that again.
506th, one of the things that you lose that you're not really
Fine.
cognizant of in a game is your innate sixth sense, which is like you just know if someone's near you or where your buddy is, you know, through
Left
hearing
side
and sight
clear.
and everything else. You don't have that in ARMA, so we try to overcome that and account for
Josh,
that,
Man set.
or account for the lack of it
Echo is left
by
side clear.
verbalizing all of our actions.
Negative, First Sergeant.
At least in
Why isn't
theory,
it clear?
that's the goal.
You can visually clear it.
So you
but
verbalize everything you're going to do
that is
before you do it,
absolutely
so
clear.
that everybody can get online and
Don't
be
call
as
something
quick as
clear
they
unless
can.
you know goddamn sure it is clear. Let's try that again from the top.
Pieing. First man set.
And it's so easy to forget too,
Second
especially
set.
in the heat of the moment. I mean,
3 set.
Last man set.
I know for weapons teams, I mean,
Breach.
we're lined up on a shot. You know, we can take out an
Breaching.
MBT or something. Forget to call a clear black
Going
blast,
left.
and 2 of our buddies get dropped because they got hit by rocket launch. Fuck, they got hit by backblast.
Right is clear.
Or your team lead will move off because he didn't tell you
Left
guys to
clear.
move.
Room clear.
All right, bring it out.
Honestly, as far as AR-15s go, I mean, the reality is that
All right, can anybody tell me why the entire team is dead?
they're all functional. It really boils down to how much money you want to spend.
No idea for certain.
But you can get, a good performing, reliable
Gosh, how
AR,
about you?
From Palmetto
Why'd you get the
State
entire team
Armory
killed?
for $400, $500. Both of mine are Palmetto State Armory.
What's rule number
ARs.
3?
well, I've got an Anderson lower on one and a PSA lower on the other, so I've never had any issues or anything like that. But you know, I would love to have a Bravo Company rifle or
Somebody tell them what rule number 3 is. 3 golden rules
Knight's
of urban
Armament.
combat. What's
You know,
rule
if you
number
want to
3?
spend $2 or $3 grand, because
stop
those
in
are
the
going to be the
funnel,
top
First
quality
Sergeant.
stuff.
That is not one of my rules
But-
of urban combat.
It's entirely up to you.
What is rule number 3?
But I would definitely recommend, you
If
know,
1 is mind your sight lines,
Palmetto
2
State.
is wherever your head goes, your weapon goes. Rule number 3 is what?
Move ready to fight. Combat
ready to
pace, First
fight.
Sergeant.
Goss, what happened to your rifle as soon as you started movement?
I've never shot the SIG
Drop it, First
516.
Sergeant.
It dropped.
I've heard good things about it.
Came
but,
into the room.
I'm
There was
not
a target
personally
in the
familiar
near
with it.
corner. When your rifle is not in combat fucking pace, or your body is not in combat
Yeah,
pace,
PSA is great.
What do
You
you
know,
have to
you
do
could
to
change out your
engage?
bolt carrier group. You know, if you want something
Take
Have
that
a little
extra
more
dot, it's gone off.
custom, or you know you don't like the finish or whatever.
I can tell you now,
that's-
in a situation like
you
that,
know, that could
you
be
are
a little
not
as
going to
80
have the
bucks.
foresight to hit
You
your
know, those
fucking
aren't-
button
those
to go
aren't
into
too crazy
combat pace
expensive,
and shoot
so-
him and just keep moving forward. What's going
If
to
it's
happen
something that
is
you're
you're gonna
interested in
stop
doing for hunting or
and try to
competition,
shoot him. What happens when
definitely-
you stop?
definitely look at
Everybody
PSA.
behind you fucking runs into the back of you.
you do not want DDs.
Whole team is dead.
I mean, you sure you want a Daniel defense, but
Everybody understand that?
I always recommend to
Affirmative,
people
First
don't
Sergeant.
buy
Affirmative, First
secondhand
Sergeant.
guns
All right.
because you don't know what you're getting into
Next.
unless you know
Gosh, you don't have to
guns
pause
very, very
quite
well.
that long.
The barrel could be
Alright,
pitted
that was-
or have some damage.
That was a little long on the pause.
There's a
there. We
lot
don't
of
wait
potential
quite that
danger
long.
there
We can
if
get
you have a
moving little bit
misfire
quicker than
or a
that.
hot round
Okay.
or
What I want you
even
guys
a
to
hot
do.
load.
All right, Jenkins, step out of
Um,
number 2.
You know, you could have your barrel explode or damage. You get misfires. You know, there's a lot of
Alright.
a lot of danger.
I'm going to be your number 2,
in using
Goss.
secondhand weapons.
When you're ready.
Not to mention the fact that,
Hey,
to be very frank, I mean
can
it's
I have a
registered in
second to
your
check
name.
My key binding
So
for,
if you sell a gun, it's,
combat
under,
pace.
it's in your
Go ahead and
name.
move around. Make sure you're in combat pace.
So you're responsible if
It
somebody
should be
buys a gun
double-click
from
on
you or
C.
you buy a gun from somebody and you do something stupid with it.
There you go. Got it.
pawing.
And if you're going to be a gun owner, be a responsible gun. Take the training, be familiar, don't do dumb shit, and
First man set.
2
you
set.
know, really take
Last
the
man set.
responsibility for ownership
Breach.
is what it is. It's not a toy.
Breaching.
And frankly, too many
Going
people
left.
who, you know, have a lot of guns or whatever it may be, they don't give it the care and diligence it deserves.
Right clear.
And I think that makes
Left
everybody
clear.
look bad.
Room clear.
All right, bring it back out.
I recertify on my concealed carry at least once a year.
see
Sometimes
how
twice a
quickly I
year
was
if I can
moving?
get it in.
As soon as he moved,
But I've
I
had a
was
concealed
right there
carry
moving
for
as
3
well.
years now. I've always made sure I do that. I get at least
Affirmative,
Have to
First
be
Sergeant.
that quick as number 2.
probably 200
Alright, anybody have any
hours
questions
of
on
range
anything?
time a quarter
Negative
try
First
to get
Sergeant.
in. So
Negative First Sergeant.
Negative First Sergeant.
All right, let's step down here to the next room.
yeah, I wouldn't either. Ohio
Alright,
is
real quickly,
you're able
we're
to
gonna
you're
go
able
over
to
here.
carry
We don't
open carry.
Necessarily
But
deal
you
with
cannot
a whole lot of
conceal
corner
carry,
fed rooms.
so-
This is what we would consider a corner fed room, even though it's not a traditional corner fed room in the sense that you have a bit of a short wall here, but it doesn't immediately open to the short wall. But what we're gonna basically do with a room like this, actually, go ahead and step yourselves inside the room here. All right, so what I mean by short wall is your corner fed rooms are going to have what we call a short wall or lack of a wall, if you will. So this wall here can't fit 2 guys on this little wall, right? We can't have one guy here in the corner and
Sergeant
one guy
O'Halloran
midway down the wall
running around
like
behind
we
me,
would with a
clomping.
traditional central fed room, right? Does that make sense to everybody?
Affirmative First Sergeant.
Affirmative.
Affirmative, Sergeant.
All right. So if I'm the point man, I'm going to call a short wall right. So that's going to let anybody know that's going right. They don't have a fucking wall to hang out on. If I'm the point man and I go left, it ain't a concern for me. I'm fucking going over here. But if number 2 is going right, if I'm 1 and I go left and 2 is
Yeah.
going right, that means when he comes in, he's still got to clear that cut on the right because there is still room here for somebody to hide. So he's going to come in, clear that corner, push up, and then get into the center of the room like this. I'm going to stop here, roughly midway down this wall. I'm not going to push all the way to this fucking corner. Stop. Way down here. Other man's going to stop here. Right, so that means number 4 is going to be here. 1 going to stop roughly down here. He's going to stop midway down here. Okay? We're not pushing directly to those corners. Why would we not want a man in that corner and that corner?
Too much space to move for Sergeant.
Why would we not want a man in that corner and that corner?
Crossfire for Sergeant.
There you go. And essentially be fucking shooting at each other if anything's in the center of this room. I don't want that. Okay? We're going to basically create an L in this room. About the best you can do. Alright, corner-fed rooms are a fucking pain in the dick at the end of the day. Nobody likes them. The asshole that puts them in their building, they're a fucking asshole. Plain and simple. Right? Corner-fed rooms, pain in the ass. Do the best you can with them. The main thing you want to pay attention to is make sure you're not fucking lining up across from someone else. You don't ever want your rifles basically pointed towards each other should there be a threat anywhere. Alright, everybody understand that concept?
Affirmative
for Sergeant.
Yes,
Affirmative
yes,
for
yes.
Sergeant.
Alright, let's step back outside here. Alright. Something I want to stress to you guys. Alright. Because you guys ran a drill a couple of fucking times in here. Doesn't mean you're suddenly goddamn savants when it comes to building clearing or room clearing. Okay? Drills like this are shit that you run over and over and over and over again. How you make it fucking muscle memory. That's how you become smooth at it. You just keep doing it over and over. Alright. Do this 4-man breach or 2-man breach 100 times. Then do it 100 more. And then when you get tired of it, do it 100 more. And then when you can't fucking do it no more, do it 100 more. The only way. The day, the only way you're going to get good at it. Doesn't matter how well you understand the concept of the maneuvers and shit. You have to actually do it. Right? Does everybody understand that?
Affirmative for Sergeant.
Affirmative,
Affirmative.
Sergeant.
Confirmed for Sergeant.
All right.
For Sergeant.
So what we're going to do now, I'm going to be handing you guys back over to Sergeant Shaw. He's going to get you guys ready to head downrange and go conduct your live fire FTX. Right? So anybody have any
Aw,
questions
yeah.
on anything that we have covered here today?
I'm excited,
Negative.
man. I
Alright,
love the
negative,
FTX.
Sergeant.
Ryder, go ahead.
Hope these guys took some good notes.
In the case of the small fatal funnel, how do we decide when we're gonna go pile of the way or halfway?
It's entirely on you as the point man to decide if that funnel is small enough that you feel you can get all the way across it safely. Even if should someone start engaging that funnel, you can, kind of jump across quickly. Or if you feel it's too big, then don't. But it's entirely up to you, situationally dependent on what you want to do.
Copy that, Sergeant. That's all, Sergeant.
All right. Anybody else got anything?
Negative for Sergeant.
Negative.
All right. Sergeant Shaw, let's get them out their boxes, get the PCCs ready to go, and so on.
Roger that for Sergeant. Alright, follow me, guys. Alright, you guys remember the roles I gave you? Should, because of the loadouts you have. Get into the PCCs we had on yesterday. Where we had lined up with both team leaders right there. Get closer than that, you guys don't have to be 12 feet away, just get butt to butt kind of thing. That's about it. Alright, go ahead and get the radio checks going here.
Any station on the SNET. Any station on the SNET. this is what? Are we? We're Bravo, right?
Affirmative.
Okay, too easy. Any station on this net, any station on this net. This is Private Brewer. Radio check, frequency 100.2. Over.
Yeah. No. Oh, I need to quickly do the settings on Discord TeamSpeak again. Sorry. Options, add-ons. Yes, my I can't hear in-game noises. I think my Discord, when I reinstalled the thing, didn't properly gauge.
Having loaded in the wrong slot, you've
Any station, this is Bravo. Requesting radio check on frequency 100.2. Over.
Bravo, this is Brewer. Got you, Lima Charlie. Frequency 100.2. Over.
Copy. Bravo out.
Alpha, this is a hollering on 100.1. Over.
Spears Bravo has you Link Charlie on frequency 100.2. Over.
any station. This is Mike. Radio check, frequency 100. Copy. Bye.
Hey, Spears. Are you not? You're roughing them, right? I was gonna say. Not my business.
Holler, and this is Ekholm. Read loud and clear on 100.1. Over.
Roger, Elcom, you are Alpha, aren't you not? Over.
That is correct. Over.
Roger that. Who do you want for your CLS tonight? Over.
Wait, one.
No CLS.
No CLS tonight. Over.
Roger that. Over.
Make sure you sign your 2 ICs here.
All right, Goss, you're gonna be 2IC for Alpha.
Brew, you're going to be 2IC for Bravo.
What was that second?
Brew, you're going to be 2IC for Bravo.
Ah, sorry about
Roger.
that. Accidentally muted the stream.
Space, make sure you join the group, bud.
Sergeant Saw, are we already assigning groups for colors?
Yep. Everyone on your team's already switched over to blue, and everyone on Alpha's already switched over to red. Now, if you need to find me or the mic during the exercise here, look for the yellow or the green one, or one or the other. All right?
Too easy,
Affirmative,
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Copy that.
All right. You got your 2 ICs assigned. You got your radio checks. I didn't hear a radio check with me, so I'm still waiting on you guys as team leaders to get that radio check to me real quick.
On.com 30 over.
Actual, this is Bravo. Radio check on frequency 100. Do you copy? Over.
Looks like Corporal Cannon's having
Bravo,
some
this is
difficulties.
actual. Got you Lima Charlie 100 over. Finish it out.
Copy that. Actual. Out.
Perfect.
Actual, this is Alpha. Ready check on 100. Over.
Alpha, this is actual. Got you Lima Charlie on 100 over.
Acknowledge actual. Out.
Shit.
All is back in comms over.
Sergeant Shaw, Bravo, off comms, 30 seconds.
Roger. Alright, I'm gonna brief them and then we're gonna step off, or unless you need some time. Alright. Wait for Bravo to get back.
Yeah, the training center's crazy today. They've got OSUT day 4 with 5 recruits, and we just have a whole nother recruit class come in with I think 6 or 7. I didn't count them, but recruiting is definitely not falling off. I love it. The more the merrier. Havoc 3-4's got 2
Get my
openings, I believe, right
hardcover
now.
on, I guess.
Bravo back on comms.
Roger. Alright. Everyone, open up your maps. M key, reference the giant red square on the bottom portion of the map. 4-digit grid ref is 2006. Can't miss it.
Same.
Everyone tracking it?
Roger,
Affirmative,
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Roger, Sergeant.
Alright. Now, we have a marker called LZ Alpha. That's where we're going to be starting. Once we get there, get up security and wait for further instructions. But the general game plan here is we're going to be going from LZ Alpha, following this trail up to this road, getting some eyes out towards our objective. Currently, our objective is to assault the airfield and clear out any opposition.
Yeah, you need an AG.
The threat points on this particular objective is this high point and elevation at Hilltop 101. This has an enemy. It most likely is an enemy outpost on that one. So that's the case. We're going to be
I like
moving
being an
from the
assistant
line I
gunner.
drew
I mean, obviously, I'd like
prior
to shoot the Moz, but I've got
and
no complaints right
maneuvering
now.
the way we see
It's
fit
a lot of fun.
to assault said Hilltop. From there, we'll move from Hilltop towards the main objective, being the airfield.
And Tsunami, I know
You
I've
have
seen
any
you before,
questions?
but I'm sorry, I don't know who you are in the 506.
Sorry, is there anything going to be in Silicana?
Not that I'm aware of at this time.
Roger.
Troops could be using it to maneuver, but to my knowledge, it's not necessarily on my priorities.
So
Too
it's
easy.
not an objective to clear the Silicon.
No, not at all.
Okay, thanks, man.
The only real objective is to clear out the airfield, but we're going to be using Hilltop 101 as a vantage point to figure out what they have and what we can see.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Any other questions?
Negative, Sergeant.
All right.
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant.
Oh, yeah.
That's the case. Lock and
I
load.
thought you were in here, Corporal Cannon.
Alpha, condition 1.
Arms ready to go.
Ready, set.
Brewers up.
Bravo's up.
Now I get to decide if I'm going to be mean to these guys like they were to me. I haven't heard anything
Bravo,
to
go
the
ahead and switch over to the
otherwise.
law for Bravo.
Switch to the law.
Here's up too.
What did he say? Switch to law? Never shot the law before. Which one's the law, Cannon?
Once I give the command, the flagpole on the right-hand side has one teleport attached to it. We're going to be using that to simulate insertion at the LZ. Like I said earlier, once you get there, get up 360 security, like we're
Thank you.
disembarking a helicopter. Make sense?
Sergeant.
All right,
Affirm.
last chance. We good to go? Earplugs in. All right, go, go, go.
Alpha, move on the flagpole.
Bravo move on the flagpole.
We're on the way.
Bravo full security, south-southwest.
Copy south-southwest.
Copy, south-southwest.
Watching southwest.
All right, Alpha, go ahead and take us out bearing 04 tree. Bravo, give him about 15 seconds spacing.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the M72. I've actually never shot it before.
Wilco Astral.
04 tree.
Bravo, we will be moving.
What's our heading, Bravo?
Our heading will be 043.
Copy that, over.
Copy.
Word.
Okay, Bravo, we're moving. Strong right.
Strong right, you said?
Strong right.
Okay, I'll go back here then.
Did Actual say big guns up?
Actual did not say, but we are guns up.
Roger it.
Not gonna say anything about that guy skylining himself up there. Or the guy way over there. What are they doing?
Okay, just want to let you know I'm out of stamina.
Roger that. Short haul, Bravo.
Sounds good, Gallagher. Have a good one.
Holding.
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 Moving actual. Bravo, let's move.
Roger.
Stepping off.
Bravo, we can go guns down at this point. Bravo, we are moving up to the road, waiting for Alpha to set up a danger crossing.
Copy that.
Copy. Roger that.
Bravo. Set up security.
We're watching southeast.
Watching north.
Spears watching south.
We're watching west.
Okay, Bravo, let's move up on the road.
Roger, moving. So, are we moving to the road or going across the road?
Moving to the road.
Alright, roger that.
Bravo, set up security.
Watching southeast again.
Spears southwest.
Northwest.
Bravo, we are moving across.
Roger that.
Crossing.
Burl, take last man. Make sure you yell it.
Crossing.
Say again.
Use this defilade. Set up security.
Roger, looking northwest.
Spears southeast.
Bravo has north.
Can't hear you, you're on whisper.
Actual Bravo has security across the road. Over.
Roger, Alpha, go ahead and pick it up. Get across the road here, regroup with Bravo.
I see that compound they were mentioning earlier at bearing 326 to our northwest. Range is 558 meters.
Hey, whoever that is on the hill behind me, you're flagging me.
Affirm. All looking out to the northwest.
Alpha, are you set across the road? Ready to go? Roger. Bravo, go ahead and take us out bearing 034. Head that direction.
Alpha, you copy the
Over.
armed contact out to the 328 over.
Bravo moving 034. That is 034. Over.
Good copy. Out.
328 over.
Bravo, we are moving 034. We are moving 034. Moving now. Oscar Mike.
Come on, you.
Roger.
Roger. Moving.
Strong right is 4.
Keep moving, Spears. Just up.
advised, I saw 2 foot mobiles over at the compound over to our west. Over.
Bravo, halt.
Holding.
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 Tango mic out.
Actual, we are halting on the rock wall. Over.
Rudder, go ahead and set up another danger crossing here. Get across this road.
Copy. Danger crossing on the road. Spears and Brewer set up a danger crossing this side.
Alpha, once Bravo sets up that danger crossing, push
Roger.
past them
Copy, moving.
a little further off the road here.
I'll take west end.
Got east.
So far, I like so.
Yogi, you're with me.
Always.
Spears is set.
Burger set.
Once Bravo gets set up with this danger crossing, push across the road and get set up on further away
Crossing.
from the road.
Check the hedge and then come back.
Tango mic out.
Yeah, looks all good. Let's go back.
Yep, copy that.
Alright, I'll watch northeast.
Copy.
Set.
Actual, this is Bravo. We are set on the danger crossing. We are good to go. Over.
Rudder, Alpha, go ahead and get movement going. Over. Tango mic out.
Direction northwest.
Alright.
Crossing.
Keep pushing past the road, get a good distance off the road.
Crossing. Alpha, keep moving behind me.
I'll be advised.
Last man, last man, last man.
Bravo, pick it up and follow him behind.
Space, pick it up.
Spears, Brewer, let's go.
Moving. Last man.
Moving.
He called last man.
Jenkins, let's go.
Rudder, go ahead, push up the slope. Try to get
Bravo, we're moving.
There should be some more coverage or concealment of on the top of the double A.
Oh, of course we're going up the side of a mountain.
Bravo, let's get in a formation a little bit closer, please. Hold up.
Yeah, we'll do.
Spears is holding.
Holding.
Okay, strong right. Let's keep moving.
Roger that.
Moving.
Yeah, Steve and I agree with you. This is their training. This is where they need to step up as the team leads and
Bravo, let's hold.
tell us what they want us to do.
As best
Holding,
we
watching
can.
northeast.
Spears is east. So I'm really just
This is
trying
a horrible
to
position to hold.
let them run the show.
We'll be fine.
Do as I told.
A firm.
Check that.
Actual, we're gonna move to the rocks northeast, bottom of that way. Is that okay? Over.
Negative, just start moving southwest, down slope from Alpha.
Copy that. Bravo moving southwest. That's 210 roughly, downhill slope from Alpha.
Copy, moving southwest.
Moving.
Copy, moving southwest.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Copy. Shit.
Be advised out there, plenty of strong left-hand side.
Bravo, let's halt here.
Actual halting.
Halting.
Roger. Alpha Bravo, continue movement northwest here, using the rocks as best you can for cover and concealment against the hostiles in the 101 hilltop.
Bravo, we're gonna move to the rock walls at 280. Time now.
Copy 280.
Moving.
Actual, this is Alpha. We're holding approximately 200 meters to the south.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're gonna be seeing him soon.
Alright, I'm gonna move over to your
Alpha, this is Bravo. Are you set?
Bravo, this is Alpha. We're set. Over.
Alpha, be advised, I'm gonna hold with Ryder at this time. Over.
Copy. Actual, we're gonna bound to the next set of rock walls. Over. Copy that.
Alpha, you see that contact at 330. Over.
Copy that.
Seen. Copy that.
Somebody just called a
Bravo,
contact.
we are going to dash and that's a sprint to again rock walls at 285. It's roughly 100 meters, so we're on the sprint. Everybody ready? Let's go.
Do you see my contact?
Moving.
200 meters out on that fucking watchtower. Over.
Seen.
This is a bad spot, Bravo.
Little corner
I
away
agree.
from us.
Take that corner.
Yep, go ahead.
Actual and Alpha. Bravo is set.
This is Yogi. I see 2 armed individuals inside that compound at bearing or directly north.
Bravo, make that
Range
3.
Yep, correction
Bravo is
3,
set.
200 meters out.
Over.
Oh yeah.
Copy
So there's
that.
one guy in that tower, and then 2 there.
Yeah, I see him.
Got that, Yogi.
Where's the range specialist?
200. 202.
Copy that.
I did. Over.
Oh, correction, there's 4,
Actual,
there's
are we
2 in
gonna
that
have
tower.
to Go to engage, or are we gonna engage when we are engaged? Over.
And obviously, Alpha, you see the multiple contacts after 345.
Copy that.
This is going much better for these guys than it went for ours.
Wrong. Copy. Seen. Bravo, this is Alpha. We're set.
Copy that. We're moving.
Bravo, we're gonna move 340 towards that complex, towards 340. We're gonna hit the rock walls first. We're gonna do a short halt. We're gonna scan and then we're gonna move. I'll give the go move on the second move. Copy.
Roger.
Copy.
Okay, we're Oscar Mike.
Running.
Gotcha. Alright. Just wanted to make sure that you knew working on it, kind of thing. Alright, cool.
Okay, let's go. Next one. Next hop.
Moving.
Actual, we are on a short top with a building inside we're going to clear.
Contact. Got one.
Bravo,
They
we
just
need to
smoked
clear
their
this
tower.
building. Spears on me.
Moving.
Okay, I'm gonna open that door.
Copy. Flying. Left side's clear.
Right side looks clear. Going in and going left.
Going right. Room's clear.
Room's clear.
That's coming from inside the compound.
Copy that.
Say again your last.
You said that's coming from inside the compound.
I'm taking contact.
Copy.
Look left. Right in front of us, danger close, northwest.
Northwest, engage.
Moving around the right side of our compound. Drop the guy.
Where's this AGM he's saying? Is that down?
Unknown. That's a no.
Spears,
Hey, we should
get your
probably
law
move.
out and see if you can't find that fucking thing.
Copy that. Anybody have eyes?
Negative.
Actual said it's bearing 135.
What's the range?
I'm saying 165 from our location.
What's the range?
I don't actually have eyes on it.
Actual, do you have a range on that? Over.
That's still behind us by the compound, hold on. Firing HE.
Copy that.
Bravo.
I got one.
Copy that.
Bravo, we are moving towards the compound. 2-man teams. I need a 50-meter spread between as we're moving towards the compound. Yogi, you're with me. Spears and Burr together. Do you copy? Over. We'll take the left.
Copy.
Copy,
Roger.
left.
Bravo, make sure when you're moving up to this compound.
On you, Brewer.
Okay.
Copy that.
I'll throw smoke.
Copy.
Take cover. Let's throw smoke.
Roger. Smoke, smoke. Throwing smoke.
Copy.
Hey, I've got contact east.
Yogi, you okay?
I'm good. I just scared the crap out of me.
Right, you good?
Oh, they're right in front of us. 097. Got contact east.
Copy, you're on.
I think that's
Look out.
Negative. We have deployed out of position.
Okay, let's get moving up to
I'm
the
hit.
next,
I'm good.
go.
Okay.
Oh, it's starting to
Yep.
move up to there.
I'm on you.
I'm on you.
Send these to fire team to the east. Jenkins left. I got him, I got him.
Thank you.
Sorry, babe.
Oh, bad time for that stand up.
And then just to the left over if you want to split the 2-man teams, like you said.
Very good. Do you need medical?
Copy that.
Just keep security. I'm gonna wipe up.
Okay, too easy.
What's the idea planning right behind us?
Bravo, I need to check in, please. Check in.
Spears is green.
Birds is green. Yogi's alive.
Okay,
We got
I'm looking aside. I've got clear in front of me. I'm gonna go left. Are you with me?
Right behind you.
Go Jenkins, are you ready?
Copy that.
Yogi, we're holding. We're holding. Wait
Did
for
someone just pop red
Alpha.
smoke? Yes, I think that was Alpha. Compound. Fuck, Jenkins just went down.
Bird, you hear that? Jenkins is down here. 2 IC. Call it up. Call it up.
Man down in Bravo.
Hey, we got a man down, Bravo.
Pull it up. I'm trying to get him too.
Brewer, you gotta switch in channels.
On it.
Don't worry, I'll cover as you do so. Just let him know he's pathetic.
Look out.
Got a grenade.
Any station on this net, this is Bravo. We are...
Watch out, Franco.
No, we do not use advanced medical. We use, kind of partially, but no, we don't use advanced medical at this time.
Spears. Brewer. You guys alright?
I'm yellow. Bandaging.
There's a cunt underneath that building. Oh, fuck me. Brewer, you good? Okay, you're okay.
Bravo, what are we doing? We're sitting ducks out here.
Yeah, no shit. I'm asking actual.
Actual, we're staying here.
Let's try and go around that north.
I agree. Let's go. The other riches I mentioned earlier.
Okay, actual wants us to go and breach. Do you think we're good to go in there? yet,
Brewer's
guys?
down. Brewer's down.
Bravo, you're team lead. You gotta make the calls, bud.
Gotcha. Okay, Yogi, you're with me. Let's breach. I know. We'll get him.
I'm also really fucked myself. Take our time with this. Don't rush it. Check the wounds one at a time.
I have no eyes on anybody from that angle.
Okay, I have a man 334 bearing 334.
Bravo, what am I doing and what do you want done with Brewer? Bravo, sound off. Actual, this is Spears. It looks like... Actual, this is Spears. It looks like all of Bravo is down.
Roger.
Cover in the end.
Currently walking wounded.
Actual, we're fucked up pretty big time. I'm hurt bad. I think all my team is down.
Spears is still up.
Copy that. You got eyes on that fucker?
I do not.
He's bearing 334. He's behind that Connex box. I thought I fucking killed him, but he's still up.
334 close? Where?
Yeah, 334 334, dangerous close, and upon it. 334, 340.
Inside the compound or what?
Yeah, over.
This is a bad idea. I can't enter the compound alone, Bravo. Smoke out. Smoke out.
We're gonna need you guys up here.
Fucked up by a grenade. Oh, hey, I'm up.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. And the stuff he's calling out to me is nonsense. He wants me to go into the compound alone. I can't do that. Yeah, shit hit the fan pretty quick.
Right up on top of me, over.
Sergeant Shaw, I'm gonna move over here on the other side and hold security.
On Alpha.
First back.
Roger, Goss, be advised, we had one time
Copy
top
that,
4
back.
walk right on top
get
of
on
us
the
at this
entrance.
time, over.
Set up security, inside and out, over.
Is anyone from Bravo up?
Roger that. I would advise all of Alpha up to Bravo's position, over.
Spears is up from Bravo.
I'm not sure about Yogi.
Spears is up.
CPR's not gonna do anything.
Yogi's right in front of you, Jenkins.
Copy that. Is
Alpha,
Sergeant
be
Shaw working on it?
advised, fucking O'Halloran is walking wounded at this time, over.
Okay, he's good to go. Morphin's going in. Happy's going in.
Right in God's at the wall.
All times KIA.
Hey, I just want to let you all know, don't go in that front entrance. There's a fucking...
Alpha, what do you want me to do, over?
Copy that, actual. Brewer, on me. Spears, on me.
Moving.
Brewer and Spears on me, over.
Yep, on you.
Alpha, be
On
advised,
you.
I will require medical assistance at this time, over.
Okay, we're going left.
Happy's going in.
Right should be clear, but we're going left and moving along the Hescos.
Okay.
Roger that.
Okay, moving.
Taking this tag.
Alpha, do you want me to move?
This is Yogi, I'm back up and I'm...
If you want to fall back, I can take your position.
We're breaching, are we breaching or not? I don't know what the fuck's
I'll
going on
move with
right now.
Bravo.
Yes, we're breaching, breaching.
Are you kidding?
Move to the right.
We're gonna breach!
Go, 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 go!
On the right. Right's still clear.
Really?
Really? Yes.
I'm fucking...
Left is clear at this
Be
point.
advised, I could pass out
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Hey, who's that on the other side? Hey, that's friendly.
Friendlies bearing 092.
I'm back up, I'm on the fucking southeast side
Okay,
of this fucking compound.
Bravo, Yogi, Spears, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm up.
Spears green.
Brewer's up.
I mean, I'm not with you, but I can be
Let me
with
go
you.
ahead and clear
I
out.
advise we clear these buildings. Bravo.
Yeah, Spears and Brewer, we're going to move to this building, bearing 182 out in the middle, and we're going to clear it. Over.
The right
Roger that.
side, let's clear. I'm gonna go up the stairs.
That one?
Left
Yes,
hand
that
side,
one.
let's clear. We got one down.
Okay,
and
too
we
easy.
Move up and move it to the left hand side.
To a set.
One
Side,
set.
let's clear.
Opening.
Fucked up, you catch up.
Left one's clear.
I need a new fucking spirit.
Right's clear.
I'm moving back to you guys.
Okay, going in and going left.
Right leg.
Building's clear.
Room's clear.
Behind that stupid fucking rock wall.
Does any team check this fucking
Good.
HQ building?
Alpha, be advised, right or not.
Bandaging. Bandaging.
Hey, where are you hit?
I'm good. I just need Mike at some point.
Okay.
Oh, this is Spears. I'm taking security northwest.
Copy that. Everybody else pull security at this point. Is the main command building, that is not clear yet? Is that what I heard? Over?
Check net.
Actual, I heard that command building is not clear
Alpha,
yet.
you up?
Do you want to clear it?
Knowledge from what everyone's saying, it seems like it. We gotta get it cleared.
Yes, okay. Bravo, we're gonna clear command building. Time now.
Moving to you.
There's a staircase. You want 2 people to go up and 2 people go below?
Thanks, Monster.
No, let's go top. Let's go top down.
Alright, we'll do.
You gotta keep going.
You gotta keep moving. Come on, Bert.
Stairwell. Reaching left.
Go, Jenkins.
Go downstairs.
You good?
Clear left, yes.
Alright.
Ride's clear.
We're clear.
One clear.
Friendly's coming out. Friendly's coming out.
4 friendlies coming out.
Friendly's coming out. Friendly's coming out.
Blue, blue.
Where's that coming from?
Come from the south. Ow! Southeast. Close by the sounds of it.
Bravo, we do not have eyes out to the southeast.
Spears, Brewer, I want you in the tower northwest. Brewer, Spears, in the tower northwest.
Moving.
Looking out.
I'm gonna need a medic again. God damn it.
Roger, will do. Be advised, you're not talking on your radio.
Brewer and Spears, did you hear me? I want you in the tower.
We're moving up.
Copy.
Alright.
Alright, I got you fixed.
Bravo. Looks like the compound is clear. Looking out towards the objective. Looks like I have a
Sounds fucking close again.
Yeah, it does.
Jenkins, let's get in this fucking compound. This fucking upstairs is HQ.
Copy that. Move it.
We're going to break contact and move northwest down the slope, more western side, trying to get to the tree line.
Also, one guy still like to the southeast. Yep. It looks like it's a driver without a truck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alpha, this is a Holleran. Be advised, Holleran needs medical attention whenever available. Over.
Well, I'm right here.
Copy, trying to get it.
Bravo, this is Spears. We're taking contact to the northwest tower.
Go for actual.
Coming from the southwest.
Okay.
Bravo, do you copy?
Not this much of a bitch.
Bravo, check in.
Northwest,
Alpha, be
heard.
advised, I'm out to the northwest side of the compound.
Make your way towards the northwestern
I'm
side.
back up.
Here, Mike is on station treating some
I got
people.
eyes
We're
on.
gonna get
He's right
regrouped
behind
and we're
that,
gonna be pushing
bush.
northwest down
I don't
slope.
have a good shot on him.
Private Brewers, Bravo up. I can't raise them on the radio.
What?
Bravo. Spears and Brewery, can you not hear me? Spears, can you not hear me? Over.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I copied all that.
Wrong
last.
channel, I'm up.
Go for out.
Copy.
The guy definitely to the southeast.
Right.
I have no eyes on him southeast.
He was right behind
You see the white smoke is? He was to the left of that bar rock wall.
That message was
What bush? Point again.
From that fucking rock wall there.
we were already standing next to him. You gotta send that up.
Brewer, what bush?
He's right behind that smoke cloud. Do you see that? He was behind a rock wall right over there.
Alright, I see it.
Say again, both Alpha and Bravo get stacked up on the northwestern side. We are leaving.
Bravo, we need to get stacked up on the northwest side. We are
Advise
leaving this
Ghost and
compound.
Horn are on the northwest side over.
Alpha,
Left
go ahead
close.
and take us out. Break.
Got him. He's down.
Let's shoot Nix.
Take us out bearing 288 down slope. Get to that tree line.
Reloading.
Alpha copies, moving now. Alpha,
Bravo,
moving
give
out.
them
Reloading.
about 10 Sierra spacing. Allow them to get some space in front.
Moving now.
Okay, Mike.
Start moving.
When you get it.
On
Oh,
the moon.
okay.
Alpha interrogative. Did we lose our Grenadier?
That's from the airfield.
I've got
Alpha, go ahead and break
on this
over
smack.
to the southwest. Get over to Devil.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, those contacts are coming from the northeast.
Break. I've got eyes on a BTR. 035 from my paws, northwest tower.
What's the range?
Actually, we have a BTR
Getting range.
spotted, 035, from our
Range 840.
range 840.
Roger, 840 BTR 035.
Eyes on.
Does some of this pop red smoke again?
Get out of the tower. Get out of the tower. Get out of the tower.
Bravo, get down here behind the Hescos.
Avoiding fire.
Copy that, Bravo. Heading down slope, southwest.
Bravo, we are moving down slope, southwest, avoiding fire from that BTR. Can you copy over?
Copy.
I'm ready. Copies.
Alright, we're Oscar Mike.
Moving.
A single thing. I did, however, hear one of the guys from Bravo say that it was their green smoke, but nothing on the red.
I think that's orange, is it?
People are saying
Oh,
maybe
no.
it's orange? I feel like it's red.
I'm colorblind, don't mind, I'm colorblind.
Sergeant Shaw, that's red.
Alright, Bravo, since you're kind of closer to where I need us to go from Alpha, go ahead and change bearing north, bearing 016 into the tree line.
Copy that. Bearing. Say bearing again, actual.
016. Go to the tree line northeast.
016, tree line northeast.
Bravo, we are moving to the tree line 016. You copy?
Copy.
Roger.
Private Jenkins, if you run gun up all the time, you're not going to have any stamina.
Mortars. IDF, move more left. Spread out. Make your fucking gun down, Jenkins. Look at IDF landing around us.
Copy that, redirecting.
Be advised, I'm out of.
Bravo, we're moving down into the tree line. Bearing 087.
Copy that. Yeah, I'm good. Just heavy.
Rear's out of stamina.
Copy
Pretty sure
that,
we
Adam.
all are.
Let's show halt.
Private Brewer. Private Brewer.
Yes.
Remember that this isn't about immersion, so you're not out of stamina, you're exhausted.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
I haven't ever done a actual milsim before, so.
That's fine. I'm just letting you know so that you don't get yelled at later.
Okay.
Space, do me a favor.
Yeah, go ahead.
You put your blue tank back
Roger.
on, please.
Spears go blue.
But what?
Alright.
Oh, weird. Alright, yeah.
Bravo, short halt.
Alright, I got it.
Set up security.
Didn't realize I lost it.
Jenkins, did you say hold and then you carried on moving?
Okay. I'll get it. I'll give it like 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're
just to
setting
get
up
readjusted.
security.
Bravo, are we moving or
Spot
where are we going here?
for a place for myself.
You're entirely separated from us, Bravo.
Yeah, copy that. Move up to me.
Moving.
Moving.
Yeah, go ahead, Yogi. Right, they're gonna keep moving. I got it. Right. Okay.
Crossing.
Copy your last. We are moving.
Bravo, we are moving out. Strong right.
What's our bearing?
We are staying inside of the valley here.
Roger that. Moving.
I didn't get a bearing. Are we just staying down in the valley, Axel? Copy that.
There was a BTR engaging us, Jen, so you might want to remember that.
Copy that. Anybody with an idea of where? Well,
It was at the bottom of the hill. About a click from where that the compound is.
Copy.
I'm pretty sure we'll find us before we find this. Just don't go over this hill over to our right. I got a building 12.
Building 12. Got it.
Hello, shoot shack you talking about? Yeah, I think so.
Axel, I'm running out of duffel eggs. Copy.
Bravo, we're stopping right here in these trees. Over.
Holding.
Find cover.
Spears looking east southeast.
Told you we'll find us. The BTR's to a northeast has got me pinned.
What's the range?
250 maybe. Oh, that's me guessing at this point.
Second, zero.
What do you want to do, Bravo?
Second, 008. Over.
We're waiting on, Actual has Alpha trying to engage with B24.
Copy.
Maintain security.
Say again, do you want me to move past Bravo's position over?
He's allegation is from the northeast, but I can't give an accurate bearing on where exactly where it was.
Understood.
It really sucks that I'm a weapons squad leader, because it's like the need to actually get
Okay, I've got bearing 006 from our position.
Copy.
What's the distance?
Is Alpha taking it or us?
Alpha was ordered to take it. You still have your law, Spears?
It's affirmative.
I do not have eyes on it.
Alpha,
Right.
your SA tank is down. Your I don't know who it is.
Right, I'm gonna
Please
pass
keep
my
it
own dragon back.
We're on it right now.
Spears, come up here with me, can you? Crawl
Moving.
up.
Go ahead and get security.
I'm on your right.
Yeah. Can you?
Talk on the radio. I can't hear you.
I still can't see it.
I can't shoot what we can't see, Bravo.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it.
Copy.
Yeah, let's crawl up to those rocks a little farther.
Well, I'm gonna look for you, gents. Stay there.
Copy.
I definitely hear the cunt.
I got audible direct north.
Range that fucking thing for 150 right now.
Copy.
Anybody see it?
I don't see it, but I say range it for 150 right now.
Spears, Alpha said that they had eyes moving, that it was moving. It dropped below Death Lake, northeast.
Copy. You want me to engage or no?
No, hold.
Copy.
Alpha, there's nice rocks over to the northwest with slightly better elevation. Let's see if we can get eyes out.
On your right.
The northwest is on our side. Mike, I'm
Yogi,
moving
can
this
you
way.
see if there's anything uphill to your right? Does it cover?
To my right?
Yeah, to your right.
Nothing too amazing, to be honest. There's a building to our east that we could use. That's pretty open from here to there.
Break, audible, coming from the east southeast.
Yeah, same.
If you got
That
vectors, get ready to
BTR
use
is
them.
moving.
Get ready for range.
I'm ready.
It's moving further right. We'll look at the dust cloud.
I'm looking directly into the sun. I cannot see it.
We're about ready to take a shot.
I do not have eyes.
It's over that fucking hill.
Yeah, I cannot see it.
Yeah, negative actual on that taking the shot. We're just no eyes yet.
I'm doing something. Don't do that. That's dumb. Don't do what I did. Gee, we could move around the tree line to our right and probably get eyes on this.
Yeah, but there's fucking open ground all the way. I do not see fucking anything that direction to help us out.
We can move all the way back and get on top of that hill.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm gonna ask Astral. Actual, can we move back up the valley and get some elevation? Got it. Bravo, we are moving back into the valley, and we are going to move at least 200 meters back south-southwest to get above this fucking thing. On me.
Roger.
Roger.
It's moving.
Alpha might be able to see it from where the Alpha keeps moving.
No, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Hey, it sounds like it's moving up that hill. We might be trying to get a death blade shot on our guys.
Oh, I can hear it.
It's getting close.
us.
Let's move 221. Let's keep going up the valley. 195er, 195er.
Copy.
Actually, we're gonna.
Okay, Bravo. Let's go up over the hill.
Hey, I've got eyes on a compound. Northeast. Spears with me.
Right behind you.
Hold pull out.
That thing is fucking close to us, guys.
Right, I think for 100. Let's slowly move up. Worst comes worst, I can try and mobility kill it with my saw. No, I got HETP for that. Let's go Spears. Hey, it's basically directly southeast. Just keep using these lips. Let's take our time doing this.
Yeah, copy. Yogi.
Nobody be behind me. I'm gonna shoot as soon as I can.
It's definitely right in front of us.
This is a bad idea.
Yeah, it's coming right at us. It's coming right at us. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Good hit.
Good shit!
Nice, nice. Watch for dismounts. Watch for fucking dismounts on this thing.
It does not look catastrophic.
Sure about that?
Catastrophic.
Doing cat.
Okay, back up, back up.
I took out one crew member. I reckon we get the
Copy
fuck
that.
off this hill.
Crew member.
Taking shots. Northeast.
I'm popping smoke for us to get off this hill.
Copy that.
Hey, it's from that tower. There's multiple guys on it, I see them. Let's go back the way we came, gents. We're in the open right now.
Copy, moving. Copy, moving. Get off the hill. Going 292.
Moving. Crossing, crossing.
Negative. Let's get back to Alpha.
Roger.
Good shit. Good shot.
Stay in defilade.
Next specialist. I can take out a Vic, but I'm no match for a Bush. Reloading.
Guys, when we get down to Alpha, give me an interest report.
Spears is green.
Burr's green.
Copy.
I'm green across the board. Wait, did you say you were green, Spears?
I'm black on laws.
There you go. Glad we got off that hill, they're IDFing it. Alright, Alpha's right in front of us.
Wilco, moving across the road.
Bravo, we're gonna bound past Alpha across the road.
Moving.
Spears will take west.
Or are we just moving, Axel?
Bravo, we're just crossing.
I'm gonna need a second to rest if we're gonna run.
Got it.
It's a little draw to our right we could use.
Bravo, let's get down in this defilade a little bit here to our right. bearing 093.
Bravo, we're across.
Bravo, let's get in these rocks and trees right here. 7th Street.
Copy.
Bravo, we are across the road and setting up.
Bravo, be advised, I've got a tower with 2 shooters, almost exactly east, bearing 7-9.
Go to range.
Looking for it now. Range 450.
Just out of range of my HE. Jeez.
Bravo, let's get moving up to this house bearing or that little shack bearing 096.
Copy that.
Moving.
We're going to be in view of this tower.
Shack. Hey, I'm taking shots.
Smoke out.
Good smoke.
Are we clearing? What are we doing?
This building is clear.
Let's use it for cover.
Yep. Using this building for cover right now. Bravo.
Actual, we're on a building from your pause bearing. We are south from you. Do you need to keep moving?
I think I just had a more that's good fired.
Bravo, we're going to be moving parallel to Alpha.
That sounds like more firing.
Man, 085 on the road.
085 on the road.
Distance?
Hold on.
Copy that.
250.
Copy. Copy that.
Okay, Bravo, we still have contacts. You guys ready to move?
I'm still in contact right now with that same bearing.
Copy.
I got multiple contacts on the road.
Hey, I moved.
This is Spears, I'm hit.
I'm about to light him up.
I got my corner pretty fucking good.
Okay, how about now? Can we move Alpha? You guys ready?
Which way? Back to Alpha?
No, we're moving parallel to them. I'm trying to find some good cover. Okay, Alpha, we're going to move to some rock walls, bearing 107. That's bearing
Check net.
107. Bravo. We're going to move bearing 106. Rock walls, 100 meters.
Copy.
Let's move in 2 teams. Let's bound a little bit. Cover. Brewer and Spears cover. Yogi, you and I first. Over.
Copy.
Reloading. George, wanna get some smoke ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's smoke it out.
Brewer's reloading. That's fine. I've got one more. Got one more yellow and that's it. I've got 3.
I've got 2.
That smoke is obscuring. I cannot cover you with that smoke out.
Yeah, I can copy that. Yogi, you ready?
Good as I can be.
Okay, let's go.
Moving. Mortars are still landing behind us.
Bravo, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yogi, you with me?
coming on your right.
Copy.
Yogi might be down. Yogi, you with me? Yogi's down.
What do you want us to do?
Okay, hold just one.
He's down, I got him.
Okay, throw smoke and move to me.
Ready? Throw.
Yeah, go. You got more yellow? I've only got green left.
I've got two more yellows.
Throw another one. Throw it at the tree line on the left. Alright, we're moving. Bravo, green smoke is concealment. Smoke out.
Oh, I was about to smoke. That works.
Bravo, sound off, you good? Brewer, step up.
Bravo is still good.
Never mind. This is Spears, I'm gonna try to grab Yogi, I need smoke on him. Hey, I need smoke on Yogi, I can't grab him.
Gotcha.
I got smoke.
Let Mike know we need him on our pause. Alright, cover me, I'm gonna grab him. He's right here.
I'll cover you, I'll cover you.
Take care of it. Alpha's in your trap.
Go, 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 I got you covered.
I'm gonna drop him in this concealment, this is all we got.
Okay, too easy.
Yeah. Okay. Roger that. Squad element.
Working on it.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Get security for us.
I got you, Yogi.
Reloading.
Morphine's going in. Happy's going in.
How we doing, guys?
Spears is green.
Okay, he's gonna be back up soon.
Mike's working on Specialist Yogi now.
Copy that.
Where's green?
There we go.
We're pretty exposed out here, Bravo.
Yeah, I've got rocks up to me. If you can see me, we're catching cover right here.
Two guys, tower down. Guys, there's a rock right in front of us. Space, fucking Jenkins, get the Jenkins.
Yeah.
Brewer, Jenkins is down.
Where at?
Rock wall. I do not have smoke.
I got it, hold on.
Brewer,
I'm up.
Actual's up.
I'm up. Bandaging.
We're in a pretty bad spot.
Actual, I'm back up, bandaging.
Hey, I took two guys.
You're good,
from the
Jenkins.
tower
You just
down.
need Mike.
Be able to get flank fire on us.
Jenkins, you're stable. You just need Mike.
Say again.
Disregard.
I hate this.
Okay, you guys all good?
Spears is green.
I'm gonna need a medic. I can't see a goddamn thing.
Copy. Brewer, how are you?
I'm green.
Copy.
We're gonna lose this smoke soon. I don't think we want to be pinned here.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Where's that right now?
He's to my right, or to my left.
Let's move to the rocks, bearing 132 to see if we can get some better eyes.
Copy that.
Smoke's gone.
I got one green.
I am black on smoke.
Yep, moving. Smoke's out.
I got.
There's one in the tower. say the tower, do you mean the big fuck you tower in the middle of the fucking airfield?
Yeah.
RPG,
That
RPG.
was a round.
Yeah, that was a fucking RPG.
There's another rock wall ahead of us to front, to the north-ish.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I can try and get a suppressive fire on that tower if y'all need to move.
Alpha, this is Bravo. We have decent eyes in from the southeast of the airfield. Over. Actual, when we can get back together or localize, we're going to need Mike.
Hey guys, I know it's kind of clusterfuck, but let's make sure we keep calling out contacts.
Copy.
Also, Jenkins, I'm having trouble seeing anything. I'm fucked. Is Mike on his way?
Yeah, I told Actual. He said that once we get a little bit closer to breaching the compound, that we'll take care of any medical.
I got one 2-story white building.
Reloading.
There's multiple white buildings.
Reloading.
Is the one that's closer to us or further away from us?
Further away.
Yeah, we've got contacts bearing 053 in the buildings, farthest away beyond the concrete wall. The towers
net.
on the northeast side.
Wrong net. Bravo, or Alpha, this is Bravo. We have contacts in the white buildings beyond the concrete barriers, and it appears that the towers to the northeast are clear. Over. Towers on the northeast side.
You're sure I know what?
Okay, Bravo. Shit. Let's skirt these rock walls bearing 023 right in front of us here, kind of 12 o'clock. Let's get up to that next set and kind of skirt. We're gonna have to cross over them so we're not fucking exposed to our east.
Yep, on you.
Okay, moving. Let's go.
Moving.
Moving.
Can anybody see where that's coming from?
It's on the other side of the smoke.
Second story, big ass tower.
Copy.
There's one up there.
Reloading.
Loading, HE.
Go ahead, Alpha.
Hey, I got the guy in
Copy,
the
we
second
have
story
eyes
of the big ass tower.
Yes, clearing building immediate to your northeast.
Bravo, watch your lines of fire. We got Alpha moving into the compound.
Copy, fellas. That is correct. We
Hey,
have friendlies at 037.
Copy that, Actual.
Bravo, we need to move bearing cover Alpha. We're going to move bearing 03. I want to get more towards the road as we move. Everybody got that?
Copy.
Too easy.
Okay, let's go.
Army thing. It's an army thing.
Okay, Bravo, hold here.
Holding.
Find cover.
Alpha, we are coming in behind you through the gate. Over.
Sorry guys, if you can hear my dog barking, he's losing his mind. I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute.
We are moving to cover you. Actual, we are moving to cover Alpha.
Good shit. Let's get going.
Okay, Bravo. We're breaching the gate. Teams of 2. Yogi, you're with me. 20 meters. Brewer and Spears follow us up.
Copy that. Yeah, for sure, Red Path.
For a copy.
I'm bad about
Awesome,
ammo on my rifle. I need to get better paying more attention to how many rounds I shoot.
Find cover, find cover.
Shooters in the building.
Are friendlies inside this fucking compound?
Yes, friendlies are inside the compound.
Yes, they're friendlies in front of us. They should have cleared.
Hey, which building are they talking about?
Directly ahead.
They're in
Oh,
front of
okay.
us another 50 meters ahead. That shooter was beyond the building.
Is there a way to check how many is in your bag? Oh, I guess I can just do inventory.
Take it.
I think Alpha's having issues.
Go. Moving.
I have got a contact straight ahead bearing 059 across beyond the rock wall or the concrete barrier.
I've got a range mouse to teach you.
No, I don't have a range. There's 3 or 4 contacts beyond the concrete barriers underneath the tower bearing 060. Reloading.
Where is he exactly? By the entrance, you said?
No, the big command tower beyond the concrete walls. They're on the other side.
Watch your head.
Yogi, do you have the grenade launcher? Do we have a grenade launcher in our unit?
I've been using this whole time, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any left?
Plenty.
Can you put one right on that frickin' concrete wall bearing 060?
I can certainly try. Can we get a
Maybe
range
even
real
a
quick?
couple of them?
Yeah, hold on, stand by. Do me a favor, get in the building, I'm gonna shoot over your head.
Range is 132. Range is 132.
Are they under the tower or on the tower?
They're on the ground in front of the tower. Yeah, go just a little bit short on that. One more. No, actually that wasn't bad. Okay, Bravo, we're gonna move past Alpha. Let's go to the left side. We're gonna go to the we're gonna go to the north side of this building that they're in. Copy?
Copy.
Copy.
Okay, Oscar Mike, let's move.
Moving.
Actual, we are moving to the north side of this building around the outside, skirting to the north.
Crossing. Crossing.
Gotcha.
Crossing.
Good shit, guys. Good shit.
Backing up.
Jenkins is down. I need somebody to grab security so I can move him. Alright. Brewer, step up.
Going to the right. Right's clear. We got one downtown. He's dead.
Oh, he's up.
That was fucking stupid!
Okay. Welcome to Arma.
Alpha, this is a hauler, and I will need medical assistance when you get the chance.
Right.
Copy.
Supposed to get ready to move with me.
With you.
Take that corner.
Let's go up. Let's go ahead and clear the shit. Let's go.
I got him.
Oh, thank
Ow.
you.
Where's got the AR? Take that fucking corner for me.
Is there a shot?
Brewer, where you at?
Right.
Step up on that corner up there.
Bravo, did we get that shooter yet? Over.
I got him.
He's down. You got to move up, buddy.
Alpha V advice, moving up the Alpha, send them over.
Right there, that corner right there. Take it slow. Doing great. Doing great. Bro, really proud.
I'm right here with you, buddy. Right here with you.
Alright, we're good.
Bravo, I am still bandaging.
Holding
Let
out
stack up on
security
that
to the right
corner.
hand side.
Don't stand up. I'm on your shoulder.
Okay, too easy.
Clear the doors behind us.
I'm pretty fucked again.
Actual, did I get Mike on me already?
Clear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna need more fucking
On you.
Okay, Bravo, I'm up. Yogi, you okay?
I'm yes,
Do you need Mike?
I do.
Clear.
Actual Yogi.
Alpha V advice, I will
Specialist
pass
Yogi
out
needs
the next
Mike.
3 mics. Over.
Copy. Pull off.
Okay, Brewer, what do you see? Anything?
Going off.
Alpha.
Yeah, I think he's
Negative,
actually
looks
army.
clear.
Behind you. I'm behind you.
At
Copy
least
that.
initially.
Spears and Brewer, let's.
Alpha be advised, the 2 rooms behind us are clear.
You guys have. I'm gonna pop smoke, and then you guys are gonna go and cover the next corner beyond the next building. Has everybody got that?
Copy.
I'm ready to go.
And then we'll. Yep, exactly. And then we're gonna clear
Okay.
that building once Yogi's with us and we're on our way.
Set. Okay, too easy.
What's that? Speak up, guys.
Bandaging left arm.
Alright, fuck it. Opening door.
Jacob.
On
Okay,
you,
go,
Private
guys.
Brewer.
Back to your buddy's head. Just
All right, let's go.
engaging you. Pick up a sector and stop looking at him with your rifle.
Thank you, Rainy. Move,
Yes,
sweetheart.
Sergeant.
I love you.
On you.
Keep going. I'm on your 6.
Moving. Let's
Oh,
go.
no, I'm trying not to go past these windows. and
Yeah, I've got you. Alright, I'm on your shoulder.
Okay, too easy. Oh, there's shooting.
Shooter's down.
Clear in this building?
He's down.
Okay.
We're going to here in just a second.
Where was
they're
he?
in contact.
Second floor windows, just to the left of that
Brewer,
tower.
Did you guys get him?
Shooter's down.
Shooters down. Okay.
Actual.
Get security at the door.
Alpha, are you in a position to move and cover? So you're still clearing the building.
Going right hand side. Right splitter.
Okay. Bravo, we are holding. Alpha still clearing the building. We got no cover if we go inside.
Roger.
One left.
Copy. Okay, that room looks clear.
It's quiet.
Too quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to peek behind us every now and again just to make sure we're not getting walked up on.
Bravo, how's everybody on
Yeah, no.
ammo? Ace report.
I've been glancing back just to make sure.
Fine,
they don't
green
send
on
any reinforcements.
556 and amber on HE.
Green, green, black.
Yellow, green, green.
Copy all.
Actual, we are holding until we get cover from Alpha.
Left splitter.
Bravo Alpha is moving to us now.
Copy.
Watch out, are they clearing or they're
Bravo,
gonna
this is Alpha, we're on
get
you now.
security around the building?
No, Bravo, we're clearing
Hey,
this
watch
building.
those windows,
Bravo,
Alpha.
everybody stack up on me and Yogi.
Hey, Harlan, can
What's
you
that?
hear me?
can.
Say again, your last two was to move to you?
Yeah, move to me. Bravo, move to me.
Let you stay on
Moving.
mute for a second. I can't.
Moving.
On the left side. Gus, Lauren, move up
3
to
set.
the position. Ryder, move back with me. We're gonna move
Last
around
man
on
side.
the right.
2 set.
Moving back to you.
Moving off left.
Opening door, playing.
Do some with you. Looking off to your right.
Alright, nothing seen, staircase right, and I'm going
Once
left.
Bravo's moved into the building, Ryder,
Reaching.
move around further to the right.
Going
Or
right.
left.
Stairs.
Right, moving now.
Do you want to do 2 up, 2 down?
Please be advised, I have no eyes.
No, let's
on
clear the
any
first floor
contacts off
together,
the
and then we'll
left-hand
go
side.
up. Go ahead.
Alright, someone check my left, I'll check the
Pressing
right.
line, Doc.
Bravo, Mike. and
Left's
I
clear.
Copy.
Heavy front.
Hey, you can back off, back off, back off.
Roger, I see it, but I don't see anything in it.
He's in the
You guys
fucking
see
doorway,
that?
ain't got a frag.
Copy.
I can
Throwing.
flashbang it.
I have full here.
Who's banging it?
I got it. Flash grenade out. Grenade.
I'm going high. Oh fuck. Yeah. What the hell?
Alpha, what's happening? Over.
No idea what's Bravo on the inside.
Doors are closed. Left.
Contact.
Space it that door to your left, to the door to your left.
Alpha V.
Brewer, yeah, keep covering that hallway back there.
All right, go ahead. Open. Right's clear. Going in right.
Do some watching off the right hand side.
Room's clear. Taking fire from the outside.
Check the doors, make sure we don't miss a door.
Right's clear. Going in left.
Tying out.
Room's clear.
One tap China. Like,
Left side's clear.
You on me?
Opening.
Copy. Right looks clear.
Did you get him?
Room's clear.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Going in and left.
Roger, go right.
Right clear. Left clear.
Did we get that guy that tried to shoot me in the nuts?
Probably. Popping.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you
Tying.
kill anybody on the floor yet?
Long hallway.
Back here.
Going in left.
I don't know if that was the same chins or not.
Taking shots from the outside.
Yeah, they got eyes on that.
Hey, we're taking a lot of fire from the outside from the compound.
Yeah, we've got to check these doors and go upstairs,
Copy
just.
that.
Pull that door shut. There you go.
Go left.
Okay, are we clear on
Going
the
right.
Jesus, Yogi, come on, man.
First floor's clear. First floor's clear. Moving upstairs.
First floor's clear.
Actual first
I'll
floor is
copy.
clear, moving up.
On the Aggies.
Roger, Mike and I.
Copy.
Who's on me?
Down,
Alpha,
Bravo.
you want
Push.
to launch grenade launch?
Moving up. Moving right.
Spurs on you.
I'm holding the hallway.
Spurs with you, Spears.
Popping.
Okay, yoga. Yep, go ahead.
Hey, be careful going in these rooms. The tower's got eyes on us.
I'll
Roger.
check that.
Popping. Yeah, I'm not going in there, Brewer, because I know people can see us.
Okay, too easy.
Just clear the rooms.
Do not stand up.
Right.
All right, pop this door.
Okay, going in, going left.
Copy going
Left
right.
side's clear.
Right side, it looks clear.
Gus, Holler and be advised, Ryder.
All right,
area
pop in this door.
Right, this side.
west of the corner of the
It's
office
done.
building.
You ready, Brewer?
We're in the same direction.
Yep, ready.
Check
What are
that
you guys
mirror.
doing?
Flag, flag.
Clear and left. Room's clear.
Bravo, we good? We got one more to clear. Or we done?
This room's clear. Building's clear.
Alright, clear back.
Actually,
Close
get
the doors so we can
clear,
get on the
moving
back.
out.
Copy.
Did we check the balcony?
There's shooters outside that have eyes on us.
Bravo on me downstairs, going back out the way you came in.
4 coming out.
Be advised, put plenty of contacts up to the east, firing on us. Watch yourselves as you come out.
Copy
Tower,
that.
top of the big
Alpha
tower,
building
top
is
of the big
clear. We
tower.
are out with the actual. We're actually with your element. We're
Down.
actually with your second element.
Actually, Jenkins, I'm actually running low on 506. I'm actually red.
Copy that.
Say again, Bravo.
On the, we are with your second element, Ryder and Elcom on the. Alpha, we're behind you.
Special shield guy can give you a couple mags here.
I appreciate it if you did.
Small military buildings. Right.
Is that in the building?
There you go. You got two.
Thank you.
Set up on it. That's probably the best entry.
Copy that.
I'll find this guy actually.
Someone to stay behind us.
Yeah, somebody said behind us. But I think it was Alpha. Who said that? Cop.
There's no one behind us. There's no friendlies behind us.
Behind us toward the northeast. Northeast, keep down.
Arms up.
If we're pushing
Okay.
Alpha. Moving.
There we go.
We're
Bravo,
learning.
stack up on me. Alpha has just lost 2 men.
Copy on you.
Lost 2 men.
Alright, I think that was the guy that was
Yogi, with me, we're going up these stairs to provide cover if we can. Hopefully we don't get shot. Brewer and Spears, move up to the corner.
Copy.
Copy.
Take that corner for me.
Guys, I got Yogi down up here.
Brewer copies. I'm back up. I need to get life insurance after this.
You need to go get the lottery after this.
Okay, I got it. I got the guy who got him.
I'm gonna stay here.
Bravo, this is Spears and Brewer. We don't have any eyes down here.
Copy that. Move up to us on the balcony.
You want all 4 of us up on the on top?
Yes, move up here.
Moving.
Hey, move up to the balcony.
I'm gonna have to go a long way to get that opening covered.
Cover that compound as best you can from here.
Copy.
Jenkins, move down the balcony. Move along down the balcony. Some crowders.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm coming up the ladder. That other side's pretty hot.
But fucking Goose and Holler are up.
Copy that.
Over.
Oh, so Plot, I'm actually up on top
Can
of the
we?
roof.
Is that a 40 mic or so you throwing grenades at us?
Grenade.
That was a 40.
How come you wanna?
Get him, Spitz, get him.
It was a tree.
Spears, do you have any more 40s? Or no, sorry, Yogi, do you have any more 40s?
I'll let you know how many.
Okay, just give me a couple all the way against the back wall back there.
The back wall? Which corner? The far east corner or the far north?
Hold on, let me. Yeah, from the back wall, the concrete wall with those 2. Yes, back there.
Roger that. Thrown out. 1 time.
I can see underneath those units. I don't see any feet.
Okay, copy that. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody. I'm on top of the roof right now.
Frag out.
Alpha, this is Bravo. Are you up and ready to go or not?
Wait, one. Alright, who's up?
Horns up.
Frag is still down?
I think they're taken from the fire from the east, so I might fire HE to the east corner.
Alpha, be advised, you are bleeding at the time.
That makes sense.
Hold, Yogi.
Copy that. Alpha, we are covering the above the best. Over.
I can't tell if that's a dude or a tree.
It's a tree. I shot it too.
Fucking nature.
Good kill, guys.
Horns on me.
On you.
I'm anti-arbor.
Okay, Bravo. As soon as they're in, Spears and Yogi, go ahead and start moving now up to that corner. Go.
Copy. Moving.
Yeah, just what you mean.
Crossing! Crossing!
Brewer and Jenkins, keep up comms with us since we're no longer with you.
Still watching.
Taking your last.
Keep up comms since we're split up.
Yeah, gotcha.
We're on the corner.
Okay, we're moving to you right now, Brewer. We're moving to them right now. Let's go.
Okay, I'm already down. I was on the roof.
Go ahead and cross. Go ahead and cross.
Watch that fucking hole.
Crossing.
On you, Echo.
Bravo, this is Spears. I'm on the other side.
Okay, copy that. Brewer, cross to your battle buddy.
Got me covered?
Alright, we're gonna push
Go.
forward in front. We're gonna push forward in front.
Moving.
And clear off to the right. One set.
Two set.
Yogi, you need Mike.
Set.
I do, but I'm good.
Alright, breaching. Going right.
Actual Yogi might need Mike if you could do it real quick.
We're right on him.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
He's down.
Okay.
Are we gonna push towards that white building?
Alpha, can you give me a status? Can we breach?
Alpha, this is Bravo. We've pushed into the far east side of the compound. Break. You're good to push in. The watchtower, the large watchtower in the opposite building, still.
That tower needs to be cleared.
Bravo, we are going to go in and we're going to go right. We're going to go
Copy.
in and go right. Has everybody got that?
Copy, I'm set.
Spears and Brewer go
Brewer,
first.
copy.
Yogi and I will be second.
All right, moving.
Moving.
Holler, you run.
Oh, I'm back up.
I'm button hooking. Moving.
I'm right on your back.
Looks like from the base.
I'm hit. Fuck me.
You're out of ammo. I got belts for you.
Okay, Spears is down. Brewer,
At least
did
it's
you
the
see
first
where
time
that
I've
was
gone
coming
down.
He's down. He's down. I got him.
Is Brewer down?
No, I got it down.
Are you stepping up, God?
Throw grenadier or fucking.
Reloading.
Talk to the Bravo. You need to step
I'm
up.
dragging it back. Someone take that corner for me.
I got it. I got it.
Out my way, please. Out my way,
I'm gonna
please.
throw
Thank you.
fucking.
Should have reloaded.
Flashes.
Ow.
It's all good. Mistakes happen, but fuck you at the same time. Which way am I going? Ah!
I'm down.
Alright, Haran,
He's down. He's down. He's down.
I got him. He's down.
Hey, there's another guy on the other side.
Reloading.
Check-ins on you. Let's go.
Cost you up.
Alpha, check in.
Okay.
Cover me on
Oh
the
no.
Hey, all Bravo's down. Over.
Alright, guys, you wanna continue clearing this left side?
Flash out.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna clear this container. You with me?
Mike's down as well.
Alright.
I got sideways pretty quick.
Oh shit.
Looks
Bravo,
clear.
this guy's coming out of the fucking
Alright, going
building
in.
right now.
I'm going right. Going
Hey,
right.
we need Mike. We've got 4 down.
Clear. Right clear and room clear. Alright, got. Alright, I'm peeking this corner. Cover the container. I'm peeking this corner. Contact.
I think there might be a guy in that building.
Yep, there's a guy in the stairwell. Watch it.
Fred L comes back up. Say again, Alpha's back up.
Morphine's going in.
Copy. Who else is up?
Happy's going in.
Mahalo, are you up?
Okay, he's gonna be good.
No, he's down.
I think I might be KIA here
copy,
soon.
thank
Working
you.
on the next guy over here.
Heart's going a mile a minute.
Yeah, he's
Goss
fucked up.
moving to you.
lost a large amount of blood.
Actual, this is Alpha. I'm the only one up. Got 2 times.
Bravo, sound off.
Down over on the north side, Goss and Ryder. Holland's already with you.
This is Bravo 4. I see glassman up in Bravo. Over.
Roger, go ahead and pull it back to the basically the
Don't let me
entrance of the
KIA.
compound here. We have a casualty point here.
My heart just stopped.
Be advised, Brewer is up.
Roger.
Blood's finished. Getting his leg.
Yep.
Alpha is up, getting bandaged.
Copy.
In his arm.
His spear's up. He was hit pretty bad.
Yogi, are you 100%?
Alright, where's that?
Considering,
Okay,
yeah.
I can't get. Morphine's going in.
Okay, Mike, you done with me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
get going here.
Jenkins?
Holland, make your way over to my position to the north.
Alright, so imagine that white building's not clear already.
Like, a holler is pretty fucked up as well.
Yeah, Yogi, that building is still on the right. It's still got.
We're going to get security going here.
The building or the tower you're talking about?
We'll
The
take care of
2-story
it.
or the shitty ass tower?
Yeah.
The
Well,
building
what I
with
should have
the,
done was
to your
button
right,
hooked
the
in
two-story
right and
building.
trusted that Brewer would have killed that guy on my
I'm gonna
left,
stack
but I
up on the
engaged
door.
him and got killed from the back. It felt like
Yeah.
anyway. But he didn't drop, and we were both shooting at him.
Bro, are you good to move?
Spears is up.
I might need Mike just for a second.
Copy
I don't know if I'm bleeding or not.
Yogi, I'm on you. We also got Yogi. We got whacked from the right.
This is Spears. I'm up.
They came around. Yeah, they came around the outside of this building.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Spirit. Hey, can you get my torso? I can't bandage it.
I can try.
I got hit there.
Yep. I got you, bud.
Appreciate it.
There's a back
Alright,
entrance
you're all
to the
good.
building, I'm not too sure.
Thank you.
Brewer's up.
Spears up.
Bravo, move to the front of the
Alpha,
two-story
be advised,
building.
Holland's
with,
up,
blue
sign
stairs
up.
up front.
I'm on you.
Okay, we ready? Okay, let's breach this fucking thing.
I'm gonna hold at the staircase, you guys push on.
Going pieing. Hey, I need somebody to check this left side. Hey, you gotta climb up. If you can't take the stairs, climb in.
Hey, you can walk along this other side too.
Choose your advanced climb. You're good. There you go. Alright, hey, I'm gonna look left, you look
Okay.
right.
Got it.
So get on the other wall.
Alright, I'm gonna hold the staircase, you free do your thing.
Alright, looking left. I got doors open. No contact.
Guys, back up.
Alright, I'm moving right. Holding the hallway.
I got a rear.
Yeah, I am too,
Who's
man.
that?
I thought for sure I was KIA there.
Last man set.
Did you guys not clear those two rooms down there?
No, not yet.
Alright, clear those rooms. I'm holding the hallway for you.
Holding... Okay.
All right, you holding it. We'll clear 'em. Go ahead, bro.
Opening door.
To a set.
Alright, let's go.
It's already been clear. It's already been clear by me.
Alright, it's good. I'm going left or right.
Copy.
Let's go.
Breach.
Alright, let's go.
Right is
Right's
clear.
clear.
Or left is clear.
Alright,
Okay, back
next
out.
one.
Go ahead.
Opening door. Alright, I'm going right.
Okay, I can't see anything. Go ahead. I'm going left.
Alright, here we go. Breaching. Right's clear.
Left is clear.
We'll be covering you right.
Okay, Spears, those are clear.
Alright, I'm gonna move up past this doorway and you guys can clear this room, okay?
Copy that.
Alright, moving. That room looks clear. Holding the hallway.
Brewer, I'm going in and going right.
Alright, going left.
Right is clear.
Left's clear.
We got
Door.
an outdoor back outside that is open. Okay, Burr, let's step out and clear behind the building real quick.
Okay, I'll go left.
Why are you doing that?
Okay, copy. Going right.
Left's clear.
Right's clear.
Alright.
Okay, back in.
That's clear.
Gosh, you good?
Okay, Spears, that's clear.
All right, go ahead.
I closed the door.
Good call. Okay, dead guy right here. Behind you, Spears. Okay. Brewer going in, going left.
Roger, going right. Right's clear.
Left's clear.
This room looks clear.
Okay, copy.
I got 2 more rooms.
Going in, going right. Reaching.
Alpha, you want me in car clear this big building to your right?
Okay,
Left's
right is
clear.
clear.
Copy.
Room's clear.
All right, I'm popping door. Pieing. Right's clear. Left's clear. Entering. Room's clear. Move up to the next one. I'm gonna go find Yogi at the stairs.
Opening
Okay,
door.
too easy.
Okay.
I'm set.
Brewer going in,
I
going
don't mean what you mean by find. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, you've been hiding. All right, let's go.
Moving up.
Room's clear.
Clear.
Pine around the corner.
Right side's clear.
Seeing. Alright, I'll hold the corner, check them 2 rooms.
2 coming up.
Okay, Brewer, let's go up.
Mind if we take that? Come with me.
Move up.
Moving up. Door. Taking door. Pine.
Check out the building to your left, the top.
Left's clear.
I'll take
Okay,
stairs.
Brewer, they got these back two. Clear their.
All right.
forward.
Room's
Okay,
clear.
I'll cover stairs.
Side, he's currently shooting at
Good space?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, good.
Okay, clear. You good, Spears?
Yep, all good. These 2 rooms are clear.
Okay, pieing.
Where's Brewer? Okay,
Okay,
staff.
looks clear. Going in, going right.
talking to me.
Yeah, Brewer's up.
Alpha, this is Robert. Be advised, I got.
By the looks of it, building is clear.
Okay, looks like the building's clear.
Bravo, are we clear on the building?
iPhone.
Actual, this is Bravo.
Thank you.
My 2-story building is clear. Over.
Alpha's engaging out there.
What the?
It's Alpha.
Copy that.
Yeah, what the fuck are they shooting?
They're clearing the buildings in front of us.
Copy that.
Brewer, let's
Okay,
get
let's-
200 rounds.
Let's get out in full security.
Flash and
Second.
go in. Just flash. Throw a flash.
Bravo, let's move out in
Oh,
full security.
thank you.
Is Alpha alright? Is that everyone else alright?
Spears is green.
Alpha, are you?
Bird's green.
Good? Over.
Oh boy.
We got a bunch of guys down.
Alright. Oh, alright, a bunch of team. Oh,
Alpha, do you copy? Over. This is Bravo. Actual, looks
Fucking-
like we have Alphas down.
Be advised, this is 4IC.
Alpha's in trouble. Let's take this fucking upstairs. Let's go from top down. Same as last time.
Copy that.
Alright, be advised, 2 guys down.
They safe?
Let's clear this building. Let's clear it.
Okay, too easy.
You ready?
Yogi, let's move up those stairs, clear this.
Popping.
thing Up from top down, and let's clear the top of this.
Left side's clear. Moving in left.
I think Freddy's already inside of it.
It's clear.
Yeah,
Right, clear.
Regroup on them.
Billy, first floor.
Copy that, Alpha. We are out on the deck. The deck is clear. Upper deck is clear.
Copy that. The first room is clear. first spawn room.
Yeah. Zach, going with you. You got fully bandaged on him. Let me know. And we'll switch. Ballpark.
Later on, buddy. Thanks for watching.
This is right, I'm patching up.
Actual, this is Bravo. The command room is clear. As soon as Alpha is.
Hey, Private Brewer, if you're gonna cross over, just make sure that you yell crossing. I could see you obviously, but if you come up behind somebody else, let them know you're coming up on them.
Who?
Yeah, that was my bad. I didn't
Oh, sorry, Yogi.
push the talk button.
Thought you were a brewer.
Do you need any help with the casualties?
Spears and Burrows, you guys still okay?
Beer's green.
Where's green?
Hey, these guys did pretty good. I'm on Whisper.
You copied my last over.
I need new life insurance after this.
Yeah, you were playing catcher for most of the thing, huh?
Alpha is up.
I
believe
need a
that
new
the
spleen.
compound-
It's just a kidney. You got 2 of them.
Copy that.
Friendly's coming out. Friendly's coming out.
Yes, Alpha. Command building is clear.
They Alpha definitely cleared the big tower, right? Index.
Bravo, we are conditioned for get to the front entrance of the compound.
Copy. Alright guys, that's going to do it
We're
for
rallying
this.
on the green smoke.
I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream out. This part's the quiz that these guys got to take, and it's NDA. So, thanks for watching everybody, and have a great night.
Yeah, Alpha.